Hi, friends.
Oh,
Happy little Tuesday around here. Fan Sports Network, the firm of Harris and Meringue. Patrick Harris with you. That's Danny Meringue to my left. Casey Smith in for a sick Jeff Russ today. Happy to have you, Casey.
little pinch hit action.
You know, it's nice to have a bullpen these days.
Right?
It's nice to have a bullpen.
Stuff
Are you a lefty, Casey? A righty? Like, am I situational here, or are you just high leverage?
I'm a righty.
Okay. I like to think he's high leverage, though.
Do we have any lefties here?
Are
Are we an all right staff?
I don't know that answer.
I feel like if anybody would be a lefty, it'd be Rob.
He might be a lefty.
He looks like a lefty.
I knew you were going to say this. I never understand what that means. You know, you look like a fill in the blank. Really? Okay. You look like kind of a bag, man. You know?
I was saying, you mean we're dirtbag adjacent.
You look like you would have been a cop, Danny. What does that mean?
I mean, yeah,
What do I look like?
dirtbag.
I think that's too generalized of a statement.
Well, I mean, you're a very generalized human.
Wow.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
Mm.
You can be amorphous. You're adaptive.
I am an adaptive.
Hmm.
Yeah, what is that? Like a chameleon?
There you go.
I like the idea of being adaptive.
You
Means you're not like super stuck in your ways.
You're not rigid by any means.
Oh, I really hope I'm not rigid.
I mean, you are Mr. Five Toes. So,
I like to be extra Charmin soft.
Yeah.
like to be.
I'm realizing that I didn't get my laptop out and it's messing with me.
I have a really good buddy of mine. Used to play in a band with him. Great dude, Creston. He used to always say the two most important things in his life to always remember, and the words of advice he would always give somebody is always buy nice toilet paper and never smoke a cigarette walking uphill.
Oh yeah.
I think those are wise. Those are wise, which is hilarious because I've smoked a cigarette walking uphill with him multiple times, and every time we're like, "This is such a bad idea.
This is a bad idea. Why are we doing this?" Yeah, no,
I live in a world now where nice toilet paper is a necessity.
Oh, God,
even
yes.
if I was like super poor.
No, like that would be the
that's
thing
a
that I spend
comfort.
money on.
Yeah.
No, dude, no. I refuse. Number one, to stink finger. Number two, I am not doing that with that. Like, it's like sandpaper.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
No, it's not.
I would forfeit a meal before I did that.
Yeah, that's why it's always rough if you're out in public and you gotta, get your biz done. Because you're taking a chance on what other people buy, especially at restaurants, man. I know what that stuff is. I know what that stuff is.
Ours here isn't the worst. It's not the best either.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
It's a tough cost, man.
It is.
You do it at home because it affects you directly.
Mm-hmm.
But what if there's people that walk in and they're like, man, this stuff's nicer than my house?
Well, then you have problems.
Mm.
If anybody walks into this bathroom and is like, this is nicer than what I have at home, you don't love yourself.
Man, I think there's a lot of people out there that don't buy nice toilet paper.
Look, I know it's expensive.
Toilet paper is expensive.
It is.
Especially, like, I got 3 kids at home, man. We go through toilet paper. Because those little kids, man, they think you need,
a bath towel.
15 squares.
Yeah.
3 girls, a boy.
Yeah.
Talking to you, Bubba.
It's
I
tough.
hope you're not listening. I hope you're in school. Stay in school, kids.
It's tough.
Don't do
You
drugs.
never want to see that.
Yeah. As this texter says, I'm not a one-ply type of guy. Me neither. I got at least one fold over, if not 2.
Yeah,
I think
the fold over is necessary.
Yeah, I think I've learned that I probably use too much toilet paper.
I mean, if you have the plunger nearby and you have to use it regularly, yeah, that's probably
You look like a guy that would use a plunger regularly.
I mean,
See how that's always a backhanded compliment, or not even a compliment. It's just straight insult.
yeah. Look, man, I stay regular. What can I say?
You look like a guy that would suck at cooking. Damn, savage.
Well, in fairness, old lowercase does.
Yeah.
I'm great at cooking.
Are you?
Yeah. I cook steaks for every one of my family members every Christmas.
Didn't you just tell us all that you eat like a child?
Yeah, it doesn't mean I cook every day.
Suspicious.
You look like a child.
I'm 24.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
He's good looking, though.
There you go.
He's got a good looking face to him. He
Yeah.
reminds me of Alejandro Garnacho. He's an Argentinian soccer
He's
player.
100% googling that name now.
Yeah, go for it, dude. Garnacho, he's a good-looking kid. It's
That's how we're hiring our producers
It's
now.
the nice soft lips.
Wow. How do you feel
Pause,
about that one?
but I'll take it.
Yeah, dude.
He's not a bad-looking dude.
Dude,
by
he's a
any
good-looking
means.
dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how
He
we're
plays on the Argentinian national team,
That's-
dude. I bet you he slays. I'll bet you he slays.
I bet he does okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we're doing our producers now. We got good looking Brandon, we got lowercase.
I mean, it's about time.
Right?
We could use it around
I
here.
mean, we were pretty uglied up here for a while.
We could use it around
yeah.
here.
Rob was doing a lot of heavy lifting. Rob was doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Dude, you look like a guy that would be obsessed with Isaac Rob's
Yeah.
looks.
I mean, look, Isachi, it's a thing for a reason.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Got him all flustered now.
I know. He's all hot and bothered.
Who, me?
Yeah. You
No, I'm not bottom. I got no problem saying
You get him flush in the face over there.
Rob's a good looking man. Got a little salt and pepper beard.
You look like you would think a guy's a good-looking man. I'm just going to keep saying this
No,
all day.
look, I'm comfortable with that.
I am very comfortable with it, too. My kids are kind of weird about it sometimes. I'm like, that is a good-looking man. They're like, aren't you married to mom?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, game recognized game.
Game recognized game.
Come on, man. George Clooney walks in the room. I'm going to go, damn.
Yeah. I can't talk about a good-looking man.
No.
Like, you're weirded out. But if I talk about a good-looking woman, they're like, how dare you? Mom's
Yeah.
in the room.
Yeah. Look, when somebody who is that attractive, man or woman, walks into a room, you pay the respect.
Pay the respect.
You give them the nod, like, "Oof,
My wife and I were
must be tough out there.
My wife and I were in Vegas for my birthday.
Hmm.
We're sitting at a restaurant kind of late at night,
You'll see some good-looking people in
and
there.
this woman walked by, and I don't know if she was a lady of the evening
Mhm.
or just a very gorgeous woman,
Mhm.
but both of us stopped and watched her walk by,
Mhm.
and then
You look back at each other and
the
nod.
then the wife looks at me and she goes, "Oh yeah,"
Mhm.
and I was like, "You did it too,"
Yeah.
and she was like, "I'm allowed to."
Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like,
no.
Oh, come on,
No.
babe.
When somebody that attractive, no matter what sex they are, walks into a room,
Mhm.
like I'm not talking about just anybody.
Like
I'm
if
talking-
if Austin Butler walked in the room right now,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Wow,
Yeah.
that is a good-looking man."
Julia Roberts walks across the room, you go ahead and you just give the stare.
Underrated hot.
Oh,
Julia Roberts.
She was my first like celebrity crush.
Oh, mine's Lacey Chabert.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Julia Roberts, underrated hot. Good smile.
Oh yeah.
Great smile.
No, that was the first one for me.
I don't know how
It was-
great
it
of
was
an actress she is.
pretty woman.
but, yeah.
Young Danny was like, "What's that?"
That is a hooker, Danny. Oh, you
Fair.
mean the actress.
The
Oh, the
actress, yeah,
actress.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's Julia Roberts.
I think it was around that time that I also
Wait,
heard about
wait.
Richard Gere and Gerbils.
Wait till young Danny gets to see Aaron Brockovich. Then
Yeah.
young Danny really likes Julia Roberts.
there you go.
Yeah.
Stuff out here.
It must be nice to level up the way she has. Like as the years go by, she's like still just getting smoke show.
Her and Jennifer Aniston and
Aniston is maybe more fly now than she was back in the
it's like
90s.
but how did that work? Who's the other one? Halle Berry. Halle
Selma
Berry's
Hayek.
Selma.
Oh, wow.
That's probably the Mount Rushmore right there. That's probably the Mount Rushmore of like, how are you getting more attractive as you get older? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm also a big Diane Keaton guy. May she rest in peace.
Oh, there you go.
That's maybe the hipster
That's that
movie
yes.
buff in me.
Yes,
I mean,
that's 100%.
she's such a great actress, and she was hot too.
I just watched the movie yesterday. Master of Disguise has Jennifer Esposito in it.
Mm. Wait, Master of Disguise, is that the Dana Carvey movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God, am I not turtle enough for you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
God.
early enough for the Turtle Club.
That movie's terrible. Why did you watch it?
That's one of the classics.
Okay. I don't know if it's a classic, but it's a movie.
Dana Carvey has a soft spot in my heart.
Oh, look, I am pro Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey called me funny on Twitter, and it was one of the highlights of my life.
Oh, I don't have any highlights like that.
I was like,
Because I don't live in the Twitter world, so
Yeah.
nobody like responds to anything I have to say. I don't think anybody is like responding on my hot Star Wars takes on Reddit.
No.
Tom Cruise is like, totally agree, man.
That Shane Brennan, who I used to do Outsiders with, he's a stand-up comedian. He used to give me crap because I would purposefully just kind of troll him for like explaining his jokes after he'd tell them because he's a professional comedian and he hated it with a fiery passion of 1,000 suns. And he's like, yeah, thanks. And so like he would always tell me that that's not funny. And so when Dana Carvey told me I was funny, I screenshot it, sent it to him, and he was so pissed off. He's like, I can't with you. I
Mm-hmm.
can't. Just like But those are the fun little ones that you get once in a billion years on Twitter.
Some mentions: Tiffany Thiessen still slays.
Yeah.
How dare you not mention Marissa Tomei,
Oh, yeah, you go.
dude? She in the Spider-Man
Aunt May.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's aging like a
Yeah.
real fine wine, like a nice Bordeaux from
Yeah.
the south of
I mean,
France.
on the dude side, I mean, Brad Pitt. He's like 60 now. And he
He's a
looks like
good-looking
that. It's
dude.
like, how dare you?
He's a good-looking
How
dude.
dare you? I never got why people were so infatuated with older Johnny Depp, but maybe people really like a little pirate swag.
I think it's because he's like weird
Yeah.
and eccentric, and he's got different hair. He looks very European.
Yeah. It is that time of year where you're going to get hit with Sauvage. That
It is
stupid
true.
cologne commercial. It's going to be Johnny Depp.
Hi, Savage.
Yeah. That's how you know the holidays are here, is the cologne commercials.
And bro, it's called Savage, okay? Like I can clearly read. It clearly says Savage. Why are you telling me it's called Savage?
Wow. This is savage. Fantex line. Danny looks like the guy who wears a cell phone belt clip and auditions for progressive commercials turning into their parent.
Yes.
Wow.
That's rough because that's me,
Yeah,
not
look,
you.
no, like I'm the gas station guy.
Oh God, my dad was the gas
I'm
station
gas
guy.
station. I will talk to everyone.
I can't handle gas station guy because I grew up with my dad. Be like picking up some snacks and like on the way to California visit my grandpa. We're in like, I don't know, like,
Reading.
Yeah, we're in like Redding, California, or Crater Lake, or some area,
Wairika.
Grants Pass. And he's like, "Yep, just driving down to California from Spokane. I got my kids with me. I grew up in California. San Fernando Valley. You familiar with it?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Dad, shut up.
I'm that guy.
Nobody cares.
I'm that guy.
I would rather.
I was that guy when I was young, though.
I promise you would rather hear me talk about soccer than listen to my dad be a gas station guy. I love my dad. He was a wonderful human being. That was the number one thing that drove me
that
nuts.
make you crawl up a wall.
Oh, dude. Just stop, Dad.
I will strike up a conversation with literally anyone. Literally.
Oakley Doakley. Well, we got a show for you today. It is a Tuesday. That means free consultation at 12:15. Anything you need help with in your life, whether it's sports related, questions on what to do for the USC game this weekend, you can throw those in on the fan text line or the YouTube chat. Anything sports related, your life, we'll get to that at 12:15. Blazers back in action, so that'll be the big nooner for us today. Get to some NFL in the 11 o'clock hour, but let's start here in college football as one of the coaching dominoes has finally fallen as James Franklin signs a deal with Virginia Tech. We'll go there first. The firm of Harrison Meringue, 105.1 The Fan. Coming up on this hour of the program, we will chat a little more coaching as things in Oxford are getting a little tight, a little antsy. And updates on the B1G and a B1G load of money that is on pause. That's this hour for you. But let's start here in the ACC.
I wonder why that is.
As Virginia Tech has hired James Franklin to be their next head football coach. I think this is a huge get for Virginia Tech. My question is,
Beamer ball's back, baby.
yeah, my question is, and I kind of asked you this not directly during the break, but I'll ask us now all in the open. I'm curious as to why this job has always been floated out as the job for James Franklin. Because usually when you fail at a place, like let's take Brian Kelly, for example, you fail at a place like LSU, you're most likely not going to get a better job.
Sure.
You will take a job that is a step below, right? Is Ole Miss a better job than Tennessee? I don't think so. So
Probably not.
If Lane suffers at Tennessee, no way he's getting a better job than Ole Miss. And I know that, or than Tennessee. And I know that there's a lot there in the middle with Lane, but I think it's fascinating that for the longest time, the rumor has been Virginia Tech, Virginia Tech, Virginia Tech. I know they have some great program history. I just thought James Franklin had the availability to maybe get something nicer.
So Virginia Tech did have a pretty substantial run under Beamer.
They did. Beamer was great. Beamer is a Kirk Ferentz, a Whittingham, the kind of coach you want to be there for a long time.
20-year coach.
Yeah,
you know.
Gundy, etc. Yeah. And sometimes they either age out or talent out, or the game passes you by in like Gundy's situation, you know. But Ferentz and Whittingham are still doing great things. So you're right. Beamer had a nice program.
Could
going.
Va-Tech be a powerhouse in the ACC?
In the ACC, yes.
And that's what I think this is about.
Nationally, I don't know. But at the same time, when you look around at jobs that are open or could be open, what's a better job than Virginia Tech? If Lane leaves, would Ole Miss be interested in James Franklin? I really thought he was going to sit around and wait for Florida State. That's what I really thought. And is Penn State a better job than Florida State? I don't know that answer. I think I would rather have Florida State than Penn State, especially if we're talking ACC versus the B1G. But that tells me that, you know, we talked about it a little bit before the show. If that tells me that either one, Florida State's not firing Mike Norvell, or two, even if they do, James Franklin's not their guy.
So did you see what was the precursor to James Franklin being hired at Virginia Tech?
Negotiating a different buyout at Penn State.
Not just that. It's financial, though. Virginia Tech voted to add $229 million to athletics over the next 4 years.
Say that again?
$229 million has been committed to Virginia Tech athletics over the next 4 years.
Whoa. Athletics as a whole? How much does football get a piece of that pie? I don't know where they sit in other sports.
I would imagine it's probably 75 to 80% of that.
That's what I would think, too. Yeah, I don't know that. They've never been a basketball school as far as I've been around. Well, no, that's not true, because Greenberg was there for a little bit.
They were
okay.
They were okay.
They were okay. ACC is such a tough place to be good in college basketball, especially with Virginia being good when Tony Bennett showed up. But I don't know where they are in terms of like women's soccer or Olympic sports, fill in the blank there. But yeah, that's a lot of influx. That's a lot of influx. And maybe that's why that looks nice to James Franklin. Start from scratch, low expectations. I mean,
you get to slow burn it a little bit.
If you Whittingham, if you Ferentz it, and you win 8 games every year, and
well, what if he does what Signetti did? What if there's a couple dudes at Penn State that go, even though that's a step down, kind of so to speak? What if they don't vibe with the next coach? What if he brings 11, 12 guys to Virginia Tech that are dudes, and all of a sudden
steals from Penn State?
That's what I mean. Like if he brings 11, 12, 15 guys with him that are 4-star guys that are loyal to him, that ride for him, and I don't know what his relationship is with those guys, but I wonder, what does that look like?
Well, as much as he gets crap for not being a great in-game coach, he's a hell of a recruiter, and you know. Kind of like we talk about DeBoer taking over the most impossible job in the world of replacing Nick Saban. I mean, taking over after the Paterno Sandusky thing should get some credit. I know Bill O'Brien was there for a hot second to try to stable the ship, but James Franklin to walk in there and do what he did there, that's something that deserves a lot of credence.
Yeah, Penn State's recruiting class took a major hit when he got fired. Goodness gracious, where are they at on this list?
Franklin was originally owed a $50 million buyout.
Good God, they fell to 60th. Penn State did.
Do you know where they were before?
I think they were around,
Right, top 15, top 20.
I think they were top 30.
Okay.
But they do have 7 4-stars that are committed. There's only 12 players committed. That's the thing, is that guys that were going there are now reopening things. And it's like, well, okay.
Well, it also doesn't help that they don't have a coach.
Well, that's what I
And
mean.
everybody they want ends up signing extensions where they are. And, we've talked about this ad nauseum. This is such a wild college football year in the sense of the coaching carousel and the idea of what job looks better than what. Like, Penn State is a better job than Louisville, but Brom's going to stay. A, he's an alum, that's part of it. But B, it might be better to live in a world where the expectations are low, because then you can Kirk Ferentz it and Kyle Whittingham it and
How
every
low are
once in a while get
expectations?
in the playoff.
Oregon State has the 125th ranked recruiting class. One spot in front of them, Virginia Tech.
Wow. But I'll tell you what Oregon State doesn't have. $225 million being injected over the next 4 years.
And James Franklin.
And James Franklin. James Franklin can do a lot with that money.
Over the next couple of years, there's a story. Not that it would be a move up, but did you see that Sam Levitt may be shopping his talents?
I did see that. We got it on the sheet for tomorrow, but is that a guy Franklin can go get?
That's what I mean. Like, Sam's not going to be the only guy.
No.
There's a lot of guys that are going to be in this portal.
If if Lane bounces from Ole Miss, what does Chambliss do? What does DJ Lagway at Florida do?
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on out there where you could see a guy who, what's his name, Mestamaker at North Texas.
Mhm.
Is Virginia Tech a step up? I don't know. Maybe it's a higher profile, better conference.
You could do the Darian Mensa thing
Yeah, Tulane
You know?
to Duke. Yeah, I mean, like there.
and then lose to Tulane.
Yeah, but there's
Sorry, low hanging fruit.
but like if you're a guy who's out there and all of a sudden James Franklin is at this program, and they have money, and you trust the coach, it's not hard for me to see Virginia Tech turning into like a 7-8 win team pretty damn quick. And then you get a little momentum, you get a few recruiting classes underneath you. You take a program that is on par with Oregon State, Northern Arizona, Coastal Carolina in the recruiting rankings. All of a sudden they go from 124th to a top 70 class, top 50 class. And all of a sudden Virginia Tech's, there.
Well, I think one of the benefits you have if you're in the Virginia Tech fan base is a couple things. It's clear that James Franklin wants to coach. If you're going to turn down $50 million to do nothing from Penn State, I know there's some weird clauses in that contract, but turn down $50 million to do nothing and recoup that money by signing a deal to coach somewhere at a quote unquote lesser program, that means he wants to coach. So you're getting a coach that's super engaged, which you haven't had at Virginia Tech since Beamer.
Yeah.
And honestly, maybe a few years before the end of Beamer. I know he dealt with all that cancer stuff and things like that. You got a coach that believes in your program for the first time in a long time. That's a plus. Also, look around at the ACC. Now, whether it's Mario and his situation at Miami or Dabo at Clemson, okay, let's take the big ones, or even Norvell at Florida State for an example, for the big programs. How many of those teams in the ACC are you looking at and saying, I'm worried about them for the next 4 years? Because Mario's got his issues. Things at Clemson don't seem super stable.
Florida State is
all over the place. But what about, like, when you look at the Virginia or the Georgia Techs?
What if Dabo leaves Clemson?
You look at the Georgia Techs, the Virginias, the Pitts. Okay, do any of those programs scream to you
No.
in the next 4 years we're a juggernaut?
No,
they don't. And Mario's going to Mario, and we'll sit here and laugh at him from afar, whether you're a Duck fan or not. I think Mario's just an easy shot to take. Is Dabo on his way out, or just his way down in general? And can Florida State figure it out? Because they haven't figured it out since Jimbo, and honestly, I would argue that he had a Heisman Trophy transcendent quarterback in Jameis.
Yeah.
So you're looking around the ACC, and I don't think you're really that worried.
No, and on the buyout side of this, for those that didn't see the news, Franklin got his buyout negotiated to a lump sum $9 million from Penn State, which is $41 million less than the $50 million that he was owed via the rest of his contract. And I haven't seen it out there, so if somebody else has seen it, please let me know. But if he's owed $49+ million and he got a $9 million buyout, I'm willing to bet he got a 4-year, $40 million deal from Virginia Tech.
Totally. They would have to meet him on that line. I mean, that
If it's not 40, it's probably pretty damn close.
$10 million a year. Ooh.
I mean, that puts him in the upper echelon, but I don't think that puts him in the top 10.
No, Elko just got top 5.
Yeah. It wasn't his like 12.
And Kirby, I believe, is 1.
Yeah.
I think Kirby's number 1.
Nobody has the Saban contract anymore.
No.
For anybody who doesn't know the Saban contract, Saban had a clause in his contract at Alabama that he said that he would always be the highest paid coach. So if somebody surpassed him, boop, he got bumped up automatically.
Lincoln Riley makes $11 million at USC, and that seems steep for what he's produced there. So you're telling me that James Franklin is $1 million a year less than Lincoln Riley? That's crazy. Virginia Tech spends $1 million a year less than USC. That's making a statement. And I think that's probably what this is more about. I'm talking myself into this.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I was just very confused why, if you're James Franklin, what is it about Virginia Tech that you love? Throwing that 225 at me over the next 4 years, that raises my eyebrows.
You're throwing 50, let's just round it out. Let's just say it's 40.
Okay.
Say that the rest of it's going somewhere else, okay? Just on the low end. You're telling me that $40 million a year means I can upgrade my facilities. It means I can work on my recruiting. It means I can pay my assistant coaches.
What's Oregon spend a year? I mean, didn't they say last year they spent around $40 million?
Yeah, but also the last bit of that is probably also the facilities and everything else.
Sure. But I mean, if
that's,
you can have the kind of money that a place like Oregon can influx, a place like Tennessee can influx.
Indiana went from a team not spending money to a team spending money like crazy.
They were spending the same. They were spending the same money as Penn State pre-firing Franklin. We talk about this with Cignetti all the time. This is why Cignetti is such a hot topic of conversation in college football, because he is proving to you that you can do this. You can flip it like that. And maybe that's what Virginia Tech believes Franklin can do. And honestly, Franklin must believe that he can do that at Virginia Tech. Why not? Because you live in a world now where why not us?
And Indiana's the number 2 team in the country.
If you have
Indiana football.
And I could sit here and argue that Indiana and Georgia are the 2 best teams in college football. And I don't think you can bat an eye at that. You might disagree, but I don't think you can bat an eye at that. And if you can turn that around in 2 years, and now we're talking in 2 years, I mean, look at how fast Dion turned around Colorado.
Yeah.
Now, it hasn't been great since then. It turns out when, you have a Heisman Trophy 2-way player and
who he brought, a 5-star that he brought from Jackson State.
And an okay game managing quarterback in his kid.
To be fair, a very good college quarterback.
Shedeur was a good college quarterback.
There's no doubt about that.
Well, again, things have not been great since then for Colorado, but Dion walked in and changed that place. And maybe Franklin can do the same. It'll be fascinating to watch Virginia Tech. And who knows what the ACC looks like, if that thing crumbles. I think Virginia Tech has solidified themselves to keeping a seat at the table. I don't think if the ACC were to crumble and the teams start getting split out and people are parsepping, here and there.
That's what I think probably Virginia Tech's looking at is how do we raise our profile?
I wish my school had a coach like that because we'd still be at the table.
Do we call James Franklin Mr. Sandman now?
Why?
Because they come out to enter Sandman.
Yeah.
Coach Sandman?
Coach Sandman. Well, let's stay in the coaching circuit and let's go to the SEC where, hey, man, I'm going to need you to make a decision, whenever you get a chance, because we're dying out here. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel okay, or does that freak you out? We'll go to Oxford, Mississippi on an update on the old Lane Train. But first, speaking of updates, that's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the Cowboys picked up a win down in Las Vegas on Monday Night Football. Dak Prescott with 4 touchdowns on 268 yards through the air. The final in that one was 33-16 as Dallas ran away with it from start to finish. Some more NFL news for you as the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase has been suspended for 1 game after spitting on Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. Chase is appealing the suspension, but if it is upheld, he could miss Week 12 against the New England Patriots. Virginia Tech has finalized a deal to make James Franklin their new head coach. 5 weeks after his exit from Penn State, Franklin has found himself a new home, making this the first major hiring of the new coaching carousel. Over to the association as the Blazers host Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns tonight at the Moda. tip-off at 8 p.m. as the Suns will be without Grayson Allen and Jalen Green, both with lower leg injuries. And for your Blazers, Scoot Henderson has been ruled out, while Drew Holiday is still doubtful with a calf injury. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of prime time with Isaac and
That's 10:37 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We are live. The shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. Free consultation at 12:15. Happy to help you out with whatever you need. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. We're also on YouTube, youtube.com/1051 The Fan. Thanks for joining us. Good morning out there. We'll get to a lot of money in the B1G here in about 10 minutes, but we'll stick around with some coaching situations as it's the, if we look back, when we look back on 2025, the sports stories of 2025, college football coaching is going to be high on the list of the big ones.
Yeah.
Number one will be Luka. That's the biggest sports story of 2025.
Yes.
I don't think anything passes that. Nothing I can think of off the top of my head. Scrolling. No, I think that'll be story number one. Number two will be college football coaches. I don't know what our obsession with it is. I don't know if it's soap opera-y or if it's our Kardashians or what, but boy, it's just as the world turns every single day, there's some sort of new situation. And that leads us to, the number one guy that's talked about in all this is the Lane train at Ole Miss. It's Lane Kiffin.
Because he's clogging it all up.
He's clogging it all up. But it's so weird because we when I say we, Danny, you and I are both Lane Kiffin fans.
Yes.
We love the redemption story of Lane. We love how he's matured over the last 20 years. How he's taken steps back to be coordinator again, how he's gone small potatoes at UCF, or I always get it wrong, it's Florida Atlantic, and then kind of built his way back up to where he is now. We love that redemption story.
While being unabashedly him.
While being unabashedly him, something we kind of like, because you don't want to lose the character. You don't want to lose the personality. And he's done a good job of keeping all that. I wonder if all the goodwill that he's done up until now, as the reports are that Ole Miss is giving him an ultimatum of letting them know what's going to happen by the Egg Bowl so that they can plan ahead, I wonder if he is in a world where he's like, man, I can't screw this up. Everything I've done to rebuild myself and my brand could come crashing down if I make the wrong choice. And I don't know what the right choice is for him. I've been on the record saying I love him at Ole Miss. I think he should stay at Ole Miss until a better job opens. I know that's wild to think of Florida and LSU or Penn State, whatever.
How many jobs in the country are better than those
There
jobs?
aren't many, but if
You
Kalen
keep thinking
DeBoer,
it's your Washington hatred.
it is not.
It is your Washington hatred.
No, it's the success Lane had at Alabama and the impossible shoes to fill of no Saban. If Kalen DeBoer in the next 2 years doesn't win a natty, it's going to get real loud in Alabama. It's going to get real loud at Crimson fan base, okay? And who would they want? They'd want Lane Kiffin.
Alabama's about to finish 10-2 after going 9-3.
Heard that, and what if they lose to Oklahoma again in the playoff? Because that's the projected first-round game right now.
You put those two up against each other on a neutral side, Alabama's going to win by 2 scores.
But it'd be at Oklahoma.
Oh, the first-round matchup?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me Alabama by 8.5.
I probably would take Alabama, too. But I'm just saying, like...
It was a 2-point game when you had... What, 4 turnovers? 3
That's
turnovers?
true. And it's only a field goal in the fourth quarter. That's the only score.
I think you had a lot of stuff go Oklahoma's way in that game. Again, I'm not trying to take away from anything from Oklahoma. I just think Alabama was a much better team.
I think so too. Brett McMurphy tweeted out, if Lane Kiffin doesn't meet the deadline, Ole Miss would have to decide if it would allow him to coach in the playoffs, sources told him at On3. If there is no resolution, it will be an agonizing decision for Kiffin and the Rebels. And something to add on to that, on the text line, somebody asks, who will be the first coach to leave his legit playoff run for a new job? With signing day being December 3rd, you can't risk your new job getting blanked for a whole recruiting class. And I think that's where Lane sits right now.
That's where Ole Miss is sitting right now.
And that's where Ole Miss is. And Lane's kind of going, dude, if I'm going to leave, I'm going to hose this program.
Well, Lane was on McAfee this morning and was asked about the ultimatum. He said that, yeah, that's absolutely not true. There's been no ultimatum. There's anything like that at all. So I don't know where that came from. Like a lot of that stuff that comes out there. Like I said, man, we're having a blast. I love it here. Now, I don't see anywhere in here where he denied that his family members have been to LSU
Rouge
and Florida.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm not going to fault a guy for doing due diligence.
No, definitely not. You definitely need to seek it out. But it feels more than just wanting more money at Ole Miss.
It's wanting more resources and more influence. And I don't even say influence because I don't think anybody's checking him at Ole Miss, but there's probably a bit of a glass ceiling at Ole Miss, but maybe not. Is Indiana a better job than Ole Miss?
No.
So what's to stop you?
Yeah, I also wonder with Lane, it's kind of the Franklin thing.
Like outside of like 6, 7 jobs in the country that you know or no doubt died in the wool, absolute blue blood to death programs. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Notre Dame,
Texas.
That's
it. That's the
7.
list. Yeah.
Outside of those jobs, is there do you think like can Oregon not win a title? Can Ole Miss not win a title? Can
could both
Indiana not win a title?
They could all win a title. They could all win a title this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So while it's probably nice and great and all those things are awesome to go to one of those 7 jobs, do you have to have one of those 7 jobs?
No, you don't.
Now,
history would say yes.
That's the thing is I want to say no. Who was in the national title game last year?
That would be Ohio State and Notre Dame. The only teams missing from this conversation of the Natties of the last 20 plus years is Clemson and LSU. Those are the only teams, and I don't put them in that world.
Auburn too.
Auburn, yep. But those 3 jobs are not as good as those 7 you just named, and that's why I wonder that maybe it's not Bama, but is it? Say Riley has a disastrous year next year. Is USC
a
interested
redemption story
in
for
bringing
Lane at
back?
SC? Woo!
If Sharon Moore gets one more year at Michigan is a better job than Ole Miss.
Yes.
Is that a place Lane Kiffin
Again,
goes?
one of those 7 jobs is like better job.
This texter, 503-864-6326, I'm going to laugh when Lane trolls Ole Miss, Florida, LSU, Texas, and every other college program and jumps to the NFL. Is the Giants a better job right now?
Not with that GM.
Jackson Dart?
Go coach your quarterback.
Cam Scadaboo, Malik Neighbors, a defensive line,
If I'm Lane
a top
Kiffin,
5 pick in the draft.
if I'm Lane Kiffin taking that job, I want Joe Shane gone.
Well, of course. Yeah, I think Joe Shane's going to go anyway.
Yeah, well,
The fact that he hasn't gone yet is a little surprising.
text line says Coach Kelly left Notre Dame and went to LSU. That's a different reason.
That's a different
He
reason.
killed a guy.
And I think his time at Notre Dame.
Allegedly.
I think his time at Notre Dame was up, but that's a step down.
That's the whole thing. Is like he left.
LSU is a great job.
Yes,
it
but
is not Notre Dame.
It is a step down.
Because before Brian Kelly at Notre Dame, they were in a tough spot.
He did well there. for
Ty
sure.
wasn't good.
Yeah.
Charlie Weiss wasn't good. Trying to think if there's anybody else I'm forgetting. Brian Kelly brought it back, and Marcus Freeman has made it Notre Dame again.
Yes.
This team is down, and they're going to go to a playoff.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. I honestly think a lot of it is just gut check with Lane. I don't think he knows what to do.
No.
And I think he's scared to make the wrong choice. Because if he makes the wrong choice, like let's say he takes the Florida job.
Maybe the right choice is not making the choice.
Yep. And staying at Ole Miss. Yeah. But boy, if you're an Ole Miss fan,
If
you're
if he's going anywhere, I want him to go to Florida.
I'd rather him go to the NFL, honestly. I don't like any of these jobs. These jobs are open for a reason. Let's not forget that.
Fair.
I think there are better jobs in Lane's future if he stays in college.
Well, yeah. I mean, where does Lane rank in the pantheon of head coaches in college football right now? Top 10.
Top 10. Yeah, I'd give him top 10.
So there's 7 jobs. Of those 7 jobs, is Lincoln going anywhere right now?
Right now, no.
Marcus Freeman,
No.
Ryan Day,
No.
uh,
Sharon Moore, maybe.
Sharon Moore, maybe.
Sark is a question mark.
Sark is probably a little dicey depending on how they close the season. Kirby,
No.
DeBoer.
Nope. Those jobs, yeah. Michigan might open up. That might be, or Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know if Lane wants to follow Sark at Texas.
That's the thing is that's a little.
It's just inbred a little.
Yeah.
I
to be fair, I kind of feel the same way about Alabama.
Yeah, if Lane were to go there.
Now, again, my bias coming in, I would welcome him back to SC if they moved off of Lincoln. I would welcome back Lane with open arms.
I would, without a doubt. It's a different Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
It's different.
He's grown up. He's matured. Like he understands who he is.
And just the upper brass of USC is a lot different now too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole program structure is completely different
makes
than it
sense.
was when he was there. Plus, he doesn't got to worry about Wazoo coming in and smoking him.
that happens.
Yeah, it happens once every 70 years. He's good for another 60.
Yeah,
so
he's good.
okay.
I mean, his dad lived an awful long time, so
Yep, that he did.
you might get one more.
That he did. All right, let's stick in college football as there's new news on the B1G and the influx of money, and the holdouts have caused this thing to come to a complete halt. We'll go up to the B1G and talk about money and what could happen from this fallout. We'll do that next. 105.1 The Fan.
The
Coming up in hour number deuce, we'll slide over to the NFL, chat a little bit about some leftovers over the weekend. One quarterback laid an egg, a bad one. Will this guy stand up and take some blame? Also, do we believe in maybe the best team in the NFC? Question mark? Question mark? Plus Web Gems will take us back to college football. We'll get to Blazers and the Big Nooner, plus free consultation at 12:15, so get those questions in. Any advice you need from us, 503-864-6326. Also on the YouTube chat. We're here to help you in life or in sports, wherever you may need it, as the world turns.
There you go.
But we'll step into the B1G right now as we're kind of dancing around college football. I like this. We're in the ACC, in the SEC. Now we'll go to the B1G. Do those all right? They do. This Big Ten Enterprises thing they are trying to create in the B1G, it sounds like this is all on hold now because as we talked about a little bit last week, Michigan and USC are the big holdouts. And, you know, as this story continues to move on, trying to influx into the B1G $2 billion and make it kind of its own entity, not from college football necessarily, but using money to boost the infrastructure, the national profile, and make them the greatest conference to ever walk planet Earth. They already think they are, but that would help solidify it. Why is it Michigan and USC that aren't interested in this? You would think Michigan, being the legacy member of the B1G, as much as they hate each other, them and Ohio State work together. Like you can be giant rivals and still work together.
I'm more surprised that Ohio State is doing what they're doing than I am that Michigan is. Because those two teams, along with USC, again, we just talked about that. Those are 3 of the 7 in the country that are
3 of the 7 jobs.
The truest of blue bloods in the history of college football. They have more equity in relationship, standing, and financial than damn near anybody in the country. So why would they want to turn over their rights for an additional decade for money now?
You know, maybe Ohio State looks at it like, look, I know Michigan won a natty a couple years ago, but boy, how the mighty have fallen. You know, it's sometimes when LSU wins a natty, it's like this. Like you put all your chips in the center to win that year, and then it takes you 5 years to get out of it. To where Ohio State doesn't live in that world. Ohio State can shove all their chips in, win a natty, and continue to fight, at least in this incarnation, now that Day's got the monkey off his back.
Sure.
So maybe their thought is, we don't care what the landscape looks like because we know we have it set in stone that we are going to be this no matter if we're in the Big Ten, if we're in a super conference, if we leave and go independent, or the SEC. We know we are always going to be at the table. We know. Not we think. We know.
How can
so
you
why
know?
not give me the money?
How can you know if the SEC doesn't gobble up what's the good of the ACC and the Big 12 and starts their own super conference and you have a grant of rights deal that keeps you out for another decade?
Because I think Ohio State would pay it out. That might be where they think that we don't care. We'll take the money now.
You want to pay $300, $400, $500 million to do that?
To make sure you jump in with the SEC with whatever they're doing? Hell yeah, brother.
But that again, it's easy to say that right now.
It is.
When you don't know what the landscape is, nobody wants to fork out $500 million because if they take that money, you know what they're going to do? They're not going to go put it in an equity account and grow it. They're going to spend it.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm honestly more surprised that Ohio State is on that side, but it also shows you the powers of USC and Michigan, where I don't know if you saw this a couple of days ago, that the Big Ten regents and the Big Ten enterprises try to kind of big dog USC and Michigan. Like, you're going to do this. There's a deadline for you to exercise this. And USC and Michigan said, go for it.
Yeah.
And I almost guarantee you that the other schools went back to the University of California pension fund and said, hey, we're okay with doing this. You just won't get USC and Michigan. And the pension fund went, get bent.
That's the whole point.
Absolutely not.
That's the whole point.
2 of the 3 programs that are like dyed in the wool college blue bloods are not going to be a part of this? No.
That's not a good investment.
No, that doesn't make any sense to us.
Does Ohio State's situation in all this change if they win another natty this year? If they go back to back? Julian Sayin returns next year?
Because you're still carrying the weight of the other programs at the bottom.
I agree. The bottom of the Big Ten is bad too. Well, that's why they're all into it.
Well, the Minnesotas, the Purdue's, they're like, sure, and Indiana's probably like, hey, we don't like we've invested a ton of money. We'll take the guaranteed money.
Your point of Ohio State is super valid. Dare I raise you Oregon?
Yeah.
What does Oregon have any interest in this for?
Again, Oregon surprises me a little less than Ohio State just because the equity that is Ohio State over the last 60 years.
Sure.
But Oregon is one of the most financially stable programs in the entire country.
Mm-hmm. And that includes some of those big
those
big
other
gloves.
seven schools.
Yeah.
Those other 7 schools. Like that's where Oregon's at. And this doesn't mean like poo-pooing Oregon, but where you're talking about the brand equity, the college lineage, the history of the programs, all those kind of things. Oregon's not quite there. Now their brand value, if you look at it like monetarily, it's just behind USC and Michigan. It's right there. Like they're 100% like there with a brand equity side of it. But when you're talking about the investment side of things, people are going to look at the other programs and look at the history of those programs because who are the people that are making the decisions? Are they 25, 30, 40 years old or are they 65, 70, 80 years
65,
old?
70, 80, yeah.
So that's going to play a factor in it.
I don't know how I feel. Do you want this? Do you take off your USC hat?
Just looking at college football, I'm okay with private equity getting in, but I want it to get in on a super conference because I just feel like when we had Brink on the other day, he was like, yeah, we're probably going to get there, but he was being more prudent about it. I don't want to go careening there. Let's spend the next 3-5 years, whatever, like working towards it. But if you're going to do that, you can't sit here and sign these deals that are going to take you out 20 years.
Yeah.
That's my hang up is the additional 10 years.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Michigan and USC want the super conference. Maybe Ohio State doesn't.
They're like,
maybe they like the way things are.
Yeah.
And Oregon likes the way Oregon just got to the B1G.
And they want a Big Ten title. So hey, we can be the king of the castle or co-king.
To instantly say I don't want to be a part of this conference anymore that I just became a part of a conference for, it would be a weird look. And maybe that's Ohio State I don't want to go to a super conference because then I'm not top dog.
Yeah.
Because if you go into a super conference, now you playing Kirby Smart. I almost said George Kirby.
Yep.
You're playing Kirby Smart once every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want that? I'll take him in a playoff.
Yeah.
Neutral site playoff. I don't know if I want him every other year.
Yeah.
And that could be where they sit.
So it definitely feels like there's maybe some protectionism there.
Coming up in the hour number deuce, we'll slide over to the NFL. We'll chat in Philadelphia. Is it time to believe in this team? Are they back? 105.1 The Fan. Yeah.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Cowboys picked up a win down in Las Vegas on Monday Night Football. Dak Prescott with 4 touchdowns on 268 yards through the air. The final in that one was 33-16 as Dallas ran away with it from start to finish. Some more NFL news for you as Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase has been suspended for 1 game after spitting on Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. Chase is appealing the suspension, but if it is upheld, he could miss Week 12 against the New England Patriots. Virginia Tech has finalized a deal to make James Franklin their new head coach. 5 weeks after his exit from Penn State, Franklin found himself a new home, making this the first major hiring of the coaching carousel. Over to the association as your Blazers host Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns tonight at the Moda. Tip-off at 8 p.m. as the Suns will be without Grayson Allen and Jalen Green, both with leg injuries. And for your Blazers, Scoot Henderson has been ruled out, and Drew Holiday is doubtful with a calf injury. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor. Saturday mornings at
All right, hour number deuce. Thanks for hanging out with us. You missed any in the first hour?
Good old Deuce.
More than happy to check that out of the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also check out the YouTubes. If you missed Ryan Abraham on the Sunrise Guys this morning, you can check that out. Rewind, fast forward, YouTubes too, whatever you like, just not into the future. That would be impossible. We're a little heavy NFL this hour. The AFC West has got some quarterback issues. We'll get to that in a little bit here, but we'll start here. The reigning Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, they beat the Lions over the weekend on a Sunday night game. Once again, Patrick is very disappointed in his primetime games. It's like they tease me, and I feel really great about it, and I'm like, God, I love this. And then I get very, very mad. Despite the amount of offensive production and George Pickens going absolutely bonkers yesterday, that was a rough watch.
It was a trash game.
It was such a
My
trash
team was
game.
playing it, and I didn't want to watch it.
Like, Dallas is scoring. The offense is clicking. Cool. And I'm like, I don't care.
It's the Raiders.
At all. I don't even know if it's that. I think watching the Cowboys is just really, I've just lost all luster. Like, cool, Dak's having a career year. You guys suck. You're not good.
As I was walking out this morning, I had one of the morning shows on, and they're like, "Oh, if the Cowboys win out, they could be in the playoff." And I'm just like,
Oh, God.
"We're really doing this, huh?
Of course we're
really doing this, huh?"
You just beat a really bad Raiders team, and now it's like playoffs? Could they win a game in the playoffs?
The answer is no.
No.
Absolutely not.
Get there
way.
first.
Dude, I don't even need to look at the schedule, and they got 5 more losses minimum on that.
You know what? Now I want.
Of course.
Now I want
you
to
do.
look.
Now you want to look. But the Philadelphia Eagles, they're in first place in that dog division now that the commies can't do anything
Oh
about
God!
it.
Hold on. This is their schedule coming up. Eagles,
Out,
Chiefs,
out,
at Lions,
out.
Vikings, Chargers.
Out. Ooh, that's 5 in a row.
Like if you
I told
win,
you they got at least 5 losses. I just didn't expect them to be in a row.
and they finished with at Commanders, at Giants.
Hey, might finish out the season with some division wins, but won't matter.
The Vikings and the Cowboys.
They're
I'll take the
4-5-1. They need to get to 10 wins. They need to get to 10 wins.
They're going to be 4-10-1 here
yeah,
shortly.
what are we doing? Can they make the playoffs? Get
Good
out of
God.
here.
Dak has to play like Joe Montana if that's the case.
Dak is kind of playing like Joe Montana, and they still suck.
Like, it's just absolutely not.
Nah,
How are
hard
you
pass.
talking yourself into that?
The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Detroit Lions 16-9, and boy, that defense looks nasty on Philly. They got to Jared Goff. They made his life a living nightmare.
So I can't remember who it was. It might have been Ben Solak at ESPN. It might have been Kevin Clark. One of them had a stat on Goff. in games played under 50 degrees, Goff is completing like right at 50% of his passes.
He's a Sunshine State boy.
He is not a bad weather. And things like, he plays at Detroit. Oh, Dome.
Dome.
And if you look at last year's schedule,
Before that, he was at the Rams. Before that, he was at Cal Berkeley.
He's not an outdoor quarterback. He doesn't have this big cannon arm that can fight against the wind and all those kind of things. And Philadelphia is kind of built for that.
They sure are, especially because they attempt to run the ball. They really try to stick to that. They play really nasty defense. But, dude, before I start getting into asking the simple question of are the Eagles a team we can believe in right now, enter the Philadelphia Eagles offense in the second half, scores 3 points. Jalen Hurts, 14 of 28 for 135 yards, no TDs, no picks. But he did, he fumbled the ball once. He didn't lose it, so that's a plus. A.J. Brown finally gets some targets. No wide receiver had more than 5 targets in the pass game other than A.J. Brown. That's clearly making a statement. But it's 7 catches for 49 yards, man.
Hurts also airmailed some balls. Like I saw a clip of them going through all the targets to A.J. Brown. Hurts was not accurate.
Saquon Barkley had 26 carries. Can't get 100 yards.
For 83 yards. That's the thing is like his yards per carry this year, I want to say it's like 3.2 or 3.3, something. Let's see. Oh, no, he's a little higher than that. He's at 3.8.
Yeah, 3.8 is not bad, though.
I mean, well, it ain't good.
It ain't good. It's not a first down.
You know what I mean? Like
Is
that's
it? Carry the one. It is a first down.
barely. But for reference, it was 5.8 last year in that otherworldly season, and his career average is 4.6.
Is this because and here's where the real questions come as the season continues to progress. Look, the Lions have a great defense too. So let's give them some props
Yes.
for making life difficult on Jalen Hurts. But if it gets into the playoffs, I don't know if I look at this game and say that Detroit can't beat Philly.
No, and not only that, I mean, the flip side of this, when you're talking about the Eagles and their rushing attack and being neutered, I mean, Lane Johnson's been dinged up, leaves the game.
I think he's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think I just saw that.
So, they lost guys coming into the season. They're dinged up. Like last year, it was them and the Lions. They had the 2 best offensive lines in football. Those were the 2 best offensive lines in football, and lo and behold, you had 2 of the best rushing attacks in the entire NFL, and they just mauled the living hell out of you. Detroit loses Ragnow. He retires. What's his name from the Eagles offensive line goes to Tampa Bay, and then Lane Johnson's dinged up on top of that, and they've also had some injuries up and down that line. All of a sudden, Saquon Barkley, not the same Saquon.
They also lose, is it Mekhi Becton?
Yeah, to Tampa.
To Tampa, yeah.
Yeah. Like they lost dudes. They lost a real dude on their offensive line, which is what happens when you win the Super Bowl. You lose dudes. Now their defense is nasty.
Very.
I mean, Goff was 14 of 37, and the wind did play a part in that. The bad weather did play a part in that. But also the Eagles had 10 pass breakups. That's a wild number. That's a wild number.
I think I read yesterday that was it Jalen Carter? Somebody said that they saw something weird about Jared Goff's arm angle in his release. So they spent all week practicing batting down balls. So they saw that
Carter had 2.
They saw that on film and attacked that aggressively.
Well, so
and it paid dividends.
They had 10 knockdowns. 5 of them were the Georgia boys, Davis and Carter.
Tell me how many things
Interior guys that just push the pocket and get their hands up.
you're a quarterback trying to get in rhythm, especially in cold weather against a good defense. You're trying to get in some rhythm. Find me something more like frustrating, like than getting your ball batted down. You know what I mean?
You think you got to play.
If a receiver drops it, you're like, damn it, come on, guy, catch that ball. You overthrow, you're like, damn, that's on me.
Perfect example.
But the progression is happening, and you're like, boom, there's my guy batted down. That's got to be so damn frustrating.
Well, perfect example. What ended up leading USC back against Iowa? They get the deflection that turns into the Jakeem Stewart interception. Like it's a screenplay that gets knocked down and bounces off the running back's chest, and Stewart just dives for it and gets a pick. All of a sudden, USC flips the field on him and goes. Like, if that ball gets there, trust me, I was terrified, because if that ball gets there, it was wide open spaces over there. You diagrammed everything right, but a defensive player makes a play, and all of a sudden, you're like, what the hell is this?
Maybe this is what keeps the Eagles going. That they've definitely got a problem on offense. We've said it till we're blue in the face, and I will till I'm, purple in the face, that they miss Kellen Moore. However, If your defensive coordinator and Sirianni are going to look at stuff and find something like Jared Goff's got a weird release point in his arm angle and we think we can catch this, and you do it, that's good coaching.
Think about this for a second. I know this is going to sound kind of listy. Stop me when you hear a name that you don't recognize on the Eagles defense. Zach Bond, Jalen Carter, Jalen Phillips, Adoree Jackson, Reed Blankenship, Cooper DeJean, Nakobe Dean, Keely Ringo, Jahad Campbell, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith Jr., Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I mean, like Quinyon Mitchell. Like, those are guys who made plays for the Eagles this week.
First round out of Toledo for a reason.
Like, that is an embarrassment.
Nice pull, Casey.
There you go.
I got you.
Alabama tried to get him. Good old Nick Saban. But that is an embarrassment of riches on every level.
But it's also not just talent. They're scheming correctly on that defensive
But I mean,
side.
like, that is
because look what they did to the Packers. They made Jordan Love give up in the third quarter.
I mean, that is a lot. You know what? You know, the Eagles, they trade for 3 defensive players at the trade deadline. Maybe they looked at this and said, you know what? Our offense isn't going to be as good as we need it to be. But you know what we can do? We can get better on defense and be a nightmare defensive unit.
Yeah, because I don't know what they need to get better on offense.
It's offensive line. That's where it's at.
But also do that on the offensive line, on the offensive side. Stop me when you don't know some of these guys' names. I mean, it's not too far away from what you can do on the defensive side.
But it's the offensive line.
It's offensive line and it's scheme.
The lacking
Something
of Kellen
is just
Moore.
not working there at all. But, you know, defenses win championships, but playing prevent defense will prevent championships. So find the line somewhere. This offense can be good. It's just not. And I don't know how they're going to fix it. But that defense will keep them in games.
Yes, it has. Endlessly.
It's what you'll count on. And you can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday, all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Let's go across the coast to the west side, to the AFC. We'll completely flip it and reverse it. Is it time to maybe put some blame on this guy? We'll go to Kansas City. 105.1 The Fan. Hanging out in the NFL here. We'll stick here for most of this hour. Web Gem's coming up at 11:45. Free consultation at 12:15 as well. So any advice you need from this ragtag group, we're here to help you out in your personal life, your sports life. If you're a B1G team, do you want billions of dollars injected in? Do you need a place to drink at when you go to the Oregon USC game? Anything you want, friends. Anything you want. We'll slide over to the AFC and cross the country into the AFC West, which, boy, what a division. What a division. And dare I argue, they have 4 quarterbacks, varying different reasons, all kind of struggling right now for different reasons. Some of them are winning, some of them are losing, some of them just bad.
Yep.
And
you can blame him for everything.
And you can blame him for everything, according to him. But my question is the Kansas City Chiefs fall to the Broncos? And this honestly is not a conversation about Bo Nix. I think we're in, at least Danny, I think you and I are in a fairly similar agreement on where we stand on Bo. Nice little quarterback.
He's fine.
He's fine. He's good. I think he's good.
I don't trust him, but I don't not trust him. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense. I think Bo is Bo.
Yeah.
Bo's Bo. And Bo is exactly what I thought Bo was going to be.
I don't think he's going to lose you games, but I don't think he's going to win you a ton of games either.
He might knock Montana it out there for you. But he's not going to Tua it out there for you.
He's above the Mendoza line.
Without a doubt.
For sure. But he ain't
not the Heisman Mendoza line.
Yeah, no, he ain't hitting 300.
No, probably not.
He's a 265 hitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool with that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Steals a base when you really need it from time to time.
It gets you know what he is? He's David Freese.
David Freese is a World Series MVP
I'm
and
just
hit a
saying,
walk-off.
But in some moments, against the
good.
Giants,
He was good.
He was phenomenal. But outside of those moments, he's just fine.
This is a conversation about old Patty Mahomes.
Who's still somehow 5th in MVP odds.
I think it's because the hill has been dug, and if he pulls out of this, then he's going to look like an MVP.
Sure.
But similar to our conversation about the Eagles, on offense, stop me when you don't know these names. Patrick Mahomes, Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy. Continue. This team is loaded, yet they have an offensive problem. Now, you played the Broncos, which are one of the top defenses in the NFL, probably statistically, number 2 behind Houston?
Yeah.
Just go Houston, Denver, Seattle. Is that where we are? Houston, Denver, Rams, Seattle, maybe? I'm not quite sure. Either way.
You want to put those in there? Yeah. I was just doing it in my head.
Maybe the Eagles as well in there. Some form of that. But when do we start looking at Patrick Mahomes and being kind of a little bit of a liability this year? Sacked 3 times, thrown a pick. He just doesn't seem to have that kind of juice that he normally has. Are we just in the 3rd evolution of Patrick Mahomes? Because I think we saw the kid, the gunslinger, the Brett Favre, of just slanging the rock and playing backyard football.
Peak.
Then you saw the peak game manager, Tom Brady-esque, making the throw, give me 16 seconds and we'll get a touchdown. Are we in the, it's like when you grow your hair out.
Yeah.
And you know that your
stage.
hair is going to get real cool, but you're really ugly and awkward right now. Are we in that stage with Mahomes in whatever the 3rd chapter is of his career? Because right now he's not been impressive. And that kind of moxie that he has almost looks like, it's like the Josh Allen thing. It almost looks like he's relying on it. But once he starts to rely on it, that's when it goes in the toilet. You need to pull it out when it's time to pull it out and not expect to have to pull it out every time.
And I think that's part of it is Kelce obviously is getting long in the tooth. Hollywood Brown it's hit or miss whether or not he's going to be on the field.
But Kelce saw the most targets by far.
Don't get me wrong.
Well, I guess Rashee got 9, but he got 13.
Rashee Rice,
Outside of Rashee, the next is 5.
here's the question. Is Rashee Rice a number 1 wide receiver? No.
Nope.
And yet he is a number 1 wide receiver because Hollywood Brown is
they
not
treat
that
him
guy either.
They treat him like a 1.
Sure. Is Xavier Worthy a number 2?
Yes.
Do you think so?
I think
he's a 3.
I think he's a true 2.
Okay, that's fair. I would say he's more of a 3 for me, but that's fine. So you don't have a guy. Travis Kelce's 35?
Something like that.
30, I think he's 35. He's clearly slowed down. He's not the overpowering
36.
So 36.
Just turned 36 in October.
So he's not the overpowering force that he once was that commanded the entire coverage of a defense. You've got guys that can take the top off. Hollywood Brown is a guy that can definitely, route you up a little bit. Worthy can 100% burn and run by anybody in the NFL. Rice is a good wide receiver, and your offensive line isn't as good as it has been in the best iterations.
And that's probably the truth. I mean, kind of laughing about Geno saying, if your car breaks down on the way to work, you can blame me too on that. I mean, there's a little bit of Mahomes in that.
Mild deviation here. Geno's playing horribly, but I'm also not mad at him. The Raiders have the worst offensive line in football.
And maybe that's the situation where Mahomes is right now, that his offensive line is maybe the worst it's ever been since he's been there.
That it plays a factor in it. Okay, let's just go down the AFC West real quick. The Chargers are missing 2 all-world tackles, and their guys in between weren't that good to begin with.
Correct.
So you're already kind of shorthanded in the interior offensive line, and you lose Alt and Slater.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are out. So you're just scrambling. I think they've had 11 different offensive line combinations this year, if I remember the stat right. It was either 10 or 11. They basically had a new combination every single week.
And probably we'll see more.
So Herbert is under distress and endlessly.
And we'll get to Herbert here in a moment.
But again, so you've got bad offensive line play with the Chargers. You've got egregious offensive line play with the Raiders. And you've got so-so to meh offensive line play with the Chiefs.
And you almost don't have the excuses that the Chargers and Raiders have for different reasons. The Raiders are like, look, we just don't have the personnel.
Just don't have talent.
We just don't have the talent.
No.
And the Chargers are like, we do have the talent.
We just can't protect the quarterback.
They're just in street clothes over there. But the Chiefs are in a world of like, they don't have excuses. Now, they don't have the best talent in the world, but they don't have Raiders talent. They don't have Giants talent.
No, but they do have a superstar quarterback.
They have the premier superstar quarterback. I think it's tough for them. I don't know if this is an Andy Reid situation. Is that getting kind of stale?
I mean, we've heard the will he, won't he over the last couple of years.
Yeah, but I don't mean will he, won't he. I mean in the sense that our defense is catching up to him.
I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Is the test ahead of the drugs, or are the drugs still ahead of the test?
I think it's still out there. I think you're asking probably too much of what this team is capable of, and that's why they're 5-5. And
as this texter points out, or maybe Andy Reid is going back to his Eagle days, and he needs to get a real running back and run the ball. You don't have to throw it. But to your point, if you don't have an offensive line, you ain't going to throw it.
Again,
I mean, you run it.
I compare Mahomes to the way that Big Ben's last season is because the rosters are the same. You have Juju Smith-Schuster.
You got a guy.
You have the same wide receiver.
You have a roster filled with a bunch of twos.
Not a one receiver, but a very good two.
Yeah. Big Ben still went 9-8 and won and lost to Patrick Mahomes on his rookie season. Is that as a comparable?
Probably, because this Chiefs defense is actually very good. They're a top 5 unit in points allowed.
And
it is very good. It's tough to see against a Broncos team because their offense can struggle.
I think that's the knock on Patrick Mahomes is you're in the pedigree of 2 Super Bowls, quarterbacks that have won multiple Super Bowls, won MVPs. You're not playing like it.
Yeah.
You're just not. His numbers don't speak for it.
Don't get me wrong, he's been good, but his bad, for the first time in his career, has been bad. That's the difference is when Patrick Mahomes didn't have his fastball, the breaking ball was always working.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he always had.
There was always an out pitch.
There was always something. This year, when he's gone to the off speed, it's not been there.
And I think sometimes it's a little bit of an embarrassment of riches because look, Tom only won 2 Super Bowls in a row once, right? Is my memory serving me correct?
You had to get the iterations because we always think about, the team that lost to the Giants,
right.
The 18-0 team, and the overwhelming amount of talent they had. I mean, he had arguably the best wide receiver in the history of the game in Randy Moss. And there was nothing you could do with it. And we saw what they did in the regular season. They fall short in the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. But this is also a guy who did it with Edelman, but he also happened to have Gronk.
Yeah.
There was always somebody somewhere.
You can still be a dynasty, but not have the capability to win every single year. The Chiefs won 2 in a row
is brutal.
It's really, really hard. And then you go to a 3rd in a row and lose. To expect you to go to a 4th is tough. In the NFL,
the churn rate for champions is so high.
The Warriors had a gap between 3 and 4, but we still call that a dynasty.
Yes.
And maybe this is just the down year. Tom had down. I mean, they always won 10 games.
The Spurs won 5 over 17 years?
And Tom would still win 10 games, and they might get in the playoffs, but they, one year they'd lose to a Flacco.
They'd lose in a division round.
1 year Peyton would grab them in a playoff run. But the next year they were back.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just where we are. Maybe it's not fair to blame Mahomes, but I do wonder this season, I think he should take a little more flack than he's going to get.
Probably, but he's also earned the right to probably not get it.
Very much so. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know, he's a top 5 quarterback of all time, blah, 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 whatever you want to say.
You hate to see it.
Let's stick right here in the AFC West as there's another quarterback struggling. And this one is a little more head scratching because it feels a little more week to week. We'll head down southwest to LA. Your boy Herbie. Danny, your boy Herbie. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the Cowboys picked up a win down in Las Vegas on Monday Night Football. Dak Prescott with 4 touchdowns and 268 yards through the air. The final on that one was 33-16 as Dallas ran away with it from start to finish. Some more NFL news for you as the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase has been suspended for 1 game after spitting on Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. Chase is appealing the suspension, but if it is upheld, he could miss Week 12 against the New England Patriots. Virginia Tech has finalized a deal to make James Franklin their new head coach. 5 weeks after his exit from Penn State, Franklin has found himself a new home, making this the first major hiring of the coaching carousel. And over to the association as your Blazers host Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns tonight at the Moda. Tip-off at 8 p.m. as the Suns will be without Grayson Allen and Jalen Green. And for your Blazers, Scoot Henderson has been ruled out, and Drew Holiday is still doubtful with a calf injury. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Moran. Getting higgy with it.
All right, we'll stick here in the AFC. We'll have Web Gems coming up here in about 15 minutes. Some game day chatter. We'll chat a little USC Oregon. I don't know if you know this, but that's a big game this weekend. It's a big game this weekend. And Lincoln Riley is taking shots at pundits. Well, this will be fun. So we'll get to that in a minute. But let's stay here in the AFC West and slide down to LA. Is the best way to go with this? Is it just, well, that sucked. Whoops, let's move on. Because this Charger team and Herbert specifically are such an odd bunch in the sense that, Look, the second Slater went down, we were like, uh-oh. This
is already not good. Thankfully, you have Alt, and
then Alt goes down. You're like, oh, but he'll come back. And then he came back, and you were like, okay, we're okay. And then he went down again.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're kind of, but this Charger team, and I give Harbaugh a lot of credit on this. I think this is a lot of Harbaugh, and Herbert playing at an MVP type caliber, that they have just adapted. They've evolved and done the best they can to survive, given the circumstances that are put in front of them. The game against Jacksonville this weekend, you mustered up 42 plays. That's it.
Yeesh.
That's all you had? 42 plays?
Mm-hmm. They couldn't stay on the field. They ran the ball 16 times, which already that's low.
And honestly, if you take out Herbert and Trey Lance's runs, it's 10 times.
So if you're doing that, your quarterback better be doing Jacoby Brissett things and throwing the ball 70
times. Nope. Herbert has 18 attempts.
And he looked awful.
He really did
on
look
those
bad.
18 attempts.
And I don't know. I mean, he was sacked twice. He threw a pick. I don't know if it's just this is the game where our offensive line does truly show what's going on here. Because Herbert, and this is why I loved him in the MVP conversation, he wasn't going to win it. There's no way he was going to win it. But and the Chargers are still 7-4 despite everything going on, which is again I throw a lot of credit to Harbaugh at that. But I guess I don't understand, if I'm a Herbert lover, which I kind of am, how you can have these games where you defy all odds. We talked last week about, is Jacksonville done?
Then they come out there and they do that.
And they come out there and do that and made me look like an absolute fool. Enter foot in mouth,
Now, Trevor Lawrence wasn't exactly stellar in this game.
No, he was not. But
they ran the ball all over
But they ran the ball. And
47 carries. They had more carries than the Chargers had plays.
I just can't wrap my head around, is this finally what the Chargers should be due to everything going on? Is
the
this
dam finally broke?
Is this a get right game for the Jags? Or is this just we didn't have it, move on? Like, what's inside the locker room of that? Like, what's inside Harbaugh's head right now?
I think that's the thing is...
I don't want to go into Harbaugh's head. That sounds like a
football. I'm a football guy.
Really dangerous place to be.
Well, let's see. Here's what the Chargers...
What if it's just whistles down a hallway?
Yeah.
Just like those old Nerf footballs that you throw that they got it's just that. There's Nerf balls through his ears.
Well, they have a get right game. They have the Raiders next.
Sure.
But here's their next here's how they close the season. After the Raiders, it's Eagles, Chiefs at the Chiefs, which I don't care how bad the Chiefs are, playing at Arrowhead is nightmare fuel. Then the Cowboys, which they'll test you. Then the Texans and Broncos. You finish with the two best defenses in football.
Mm-hmm.
And remind me again, do the Texans play violent football?
Yes.
Do they want to murder somebody every time they step on the field?
Sure do.
Okay, if Justin Herbert's having trouble with the Jaguars pass rush, how well do you think the Texans are going to do in that? How well do you think the Eagles are going to do in that? That man is going to die back there.
What is he struggling with? Like, what
no
is
time. His time to throw.
Yeah.
His offensive line is that bad. And I don't want to give Herbert all the excuses. Everybody says that. I think Herbert's a very good quarterback. I think there's a little bit of like, we like Justin Herbert, so we're going to give him a little bit of wiggle room. But he is better than the detractors say. That stuff gets irritating.
I mean, I think he was playing at a top 10 level.
No, I 100%. I 100% agree. The MVP stuff, I was a little, all right, let's slow the roll on that.
I think I got ahead of my skis in game one. I was like, that is an MVP quarterback.
You may have Dante Moored that one.
I may have Dante Moored that a little bit. Yeah.
Quick stat for you. Defenses have pressured Herbert 135 times this season. 60% of those are coming within 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So he's not even able to get a full 3 seconds back in the pocket.
His time to throw is non-existent.
So is this kind of the opposite of Mahomes? Should we be giving him an out pass for this?
Well, not when you play that bad. Because the out pass comes in the sense of like, can you overcome it?
But what happened the week before? When he has 3 seconds in the pocket, Ladd McConkey goes for 120 against Joey Porter, who is a top 10 corner in the league.
Sure.
I'll stand by that. But then he gets pressured and 2.5 seconds in the pocket.
This team is in a
route's got to develop.
This team is in their record might be 7-4, but they're in a lot of games that they shouldn't be in. Okay, 27-20 over the Titans. Sure, it's on the road, but the Titans are one of the worst football teams.
They open up the season against the Chiefs. It's a 1-score game. They win there. They win a 1-score game against the Broncos.
29-27 against the Dolphins. Let's not forget the disaster that was the Giants. Mm-hmm. I know that was a little bit of Jackson Dart's coming out party, but remember when they entered Jackson Dart into the chat, we were like, that sucks. That is a crappy way
We were
for
all
him
like,
to enter.
next week,
Do
dog,
it next-
Saints,
yeah,
Saints.
save him. And they went out there and they won. And I don't know if I don't have tape on this rookie quarterback. Who the hell is this running back from Arizona State? So there could be some of that, but you're in a close game with the Giants. You lose to the Commies, who have been a disaster this year. You're in a close game with the Dolphins. You get handled by the Colts.
You beat the Carson Wentz shoulder falling off Vikings.
You killed Carson Wentz.
You barely escaped Tennessee.
You know what I mean? But then you do this weird Jekyll and Hyde thing where you take on the Steelers and you smack them around.
Mhm.
I mean, the Steelers are a conversation to have on another day.
that's
too.
Steelers are their own
They're-
Jekyll and
they're
Yeah,
a
I'd say
really
there's another
weird
Jekyll
team.
and Hyde. Yeah,
Yeah, they're a really weird team. So maybe
and then you get absolutely boat raced by the Jags.
maybe the reality of this is that if you have a quarterback at the talent level of Justin Herbert, which they do, and a coaching staff on the talent level, which they do, of a Jim Harbaugh, that this team probably should have lost more games than they have. But you're able to out talent, and maybe to what you said, maybe the dam broke.
Yeah, I that's probably where I land on this is that like Casey brought up. I knew the pressures were just dumb high. It's an NFL high, right?
I think he leads the league.
Yeah,
other than-
I thought I heard that either yesterday morning or going into the game on Sunday that he led the league in pressure rate.
I mean, they might have 2 wins left on their schedule.
Yeah,
and they'd have and they would have 9 wins.
Who's the other win? Raiders and who?
Cowboys.
Yeah, Herbert is the most pressured quarterback in the NFL.
I mean,
If that Cowboys defense is as bad as it is, Herbert will carve them up.
but
Will they stop their
can
offense?
they
That I
stop the
don't-
Cowboys offense?
that I
That's
don't
kind of the thing. It's like, but I mean, Eagles, Chiefs, Texans, Broncos. You were playing 4 of the best defenses in the NFL down the stretch,
Truth.
and 3 of those will look. I mean, the 2 best pass rushes in football are the Texans and Broncos, and that's who you close with.
Little comparison, his pressure rate is ranked behind Jacoby Brissett and Justin Fields.
Ouch. Dude, that Oregon fans are going to come for you, Casey.
Mm.
Can't be throwing those stats out there, dude.
It's tough. It's tough.
I love Herbert, and I wish you could give out an award for, I'm sorry, that season sucked. Here you go, bud. Yeah, what do you call that award?
It's called $50 million.
Okay, all right. And Megan Beer.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wish there was an award. I don't know what you would call it, because it's not like most improved player. Can it be like, you're a really good player on an ass team award? It's just butt cheeks.
Yeah.
It's just a pair of mooning cheeks.
Just cheeked up.
Herbert's like, thanks? Question mark. Harbaugh's all pissy. My team doesn't suck.
Just
I'd ride or die with
just
my
put
boys.
some khaki pants around the
There
ankle.
you
He might get down with that.
There you go. All right, we'll put a pause in this.
Little tidy whities in there.
We'll get over into Web Gems, take us back to college football, talk a little USC Oregon. Lincoln Riley had a quote that I found interesting, and maybe it's a whole lot of nothing, but big game this weekend. I like to keep it on our toes. Plus, we'll have free consultation at 12:15, so get any of that advice you need in at 503-864-6326. That's 503-864-6326. Everybody's favorite Web Gems is next on Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan. All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up on the big nooner, we'll get into some Blazers as they're back home taking on the Suns tonight. Sounds like no Drew again, but it's a Peacock game. Get your cocks ready. We'll also have free consultation at 12:15, so get your questions, advice, any help you might need in your life, your sports world. Boy, if there's an Ole Miss fan out there, like, hit me up, brother. Hit me up.
If you exist out here, I want to hear from you.
503-864-6326. Yes, if you exist out here, I would love to hear from you. Please, please, please. Plus closing arguments to call it today. Call it a day. But the Web Gem story today is brought to you by, well, this huge game this weekend between USC and Oregon. It'll be interesting to see tonight in the college football playoff rankings where SC lists. Danny, you are on the record thinking that they will be the first team out. And I think so too, because as much as I like Oregon in this game, and I think you do as well in your heart of hearts, the committee will do whatever they can to protect themselves. That if USC does win this game, they can say, well, see, they were the first team out. Of course, we have them as a playoff team, and I hate that. It drives me absolutely bonkers, but that's what they're going to do. But the more important thing, the one thing I kind of wanted to chat a little bit about is kind of Lincoln Riley and his, what's the best way to say this? His persona, his character, his aura. We saw a very uncharacteristic Lincoln Riley at the end of the Iowa game.
Jacked.
Just so stoked they won that football game. And we talked about it yesterday. I don't blame him. After the first half, I said it yesterday, I will say it again. Yeah. Kirk Ferentz, and the nicest Kirk Ferentz, Midwest, good old boy way,
this is over.
Said this over. we done here.
Here's the thing. I think there's a little bit of young Lane Kiffin in Lincoln Riley.
Okay.
I think he actually is that guy. And I think he was
just trying to button up.
I think he's trying to Belichick it instead of being the brightest QB mind in college football.
Lincoln Riley was asked about placing extra emphasis with game day in attendance and this being a national game. And Lincoln Riley said this, quote, "These are all the same people that thought we were going to suck. Like, seriously, for us to pay attention to them now would be a little bit counterproductive." Taking a shot at the old SEC. I mean, ESPN.
Well, I can tell you who that shot's fired at. It's a guy that doesn't have hair on top of his head.
And who would that be?
That'd be Paul Feinbaum. He hates Lincoln Riley so much. It is so funny because, like, Oklahoma wasn't even part of your conference yet, dude.
What is his axe with? Is it like good-looking guy takes SC job?
He always hated the Pac-12. Like, he always downplayed the Pac-12. Always. He really leaned into
top
Paul.
To bottom, Pac-10, Pac-12 was great.
Yes, but he always it's pretty boy football out there. They don't do like we do in the South. It's like, all right, Paul.
Okay, cool, dude. Well, we put quarterbacks in the NFL, so you come at me, man.
And quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, the entire offense.
Even my crappy little school in the last 30 years has a number 1 overall pick and a number 2 overall pick. And guess what? Last year we shared a number 1 overall pick, and we might send a first rounder this year too. So it's like, if my crappy little school could put out quarterbacks, maybe you should just shut up.
And
pretty boy football. Well, NFL ain't pretty boy football, and the Pac-12 was pretty damn good at putting guys in the NFL.
Yes, and so there's definitely that bias there for whatever reason. I'm sure Lincoln didn't make it any better with his comments. And look, Lincoln hasn't always made me happy with stuff the way he's done it. The recruiting stuff drove me nuts. Like, not going to Mater Dei. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, that's your pipeline.
He can be a little rough around the edges sometimes.
And it's like he does it sometimes for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I get into the whole, like, there's a little Lane Kiffin to him. Early Lane would try to push back on stuff, and it's like, why?
Well, and the unfortunate side is when you act like that, the media is going to run with it.
Oh, 100%.
And just assume it's because you're the University of Spoiled Children.
Yeah.
And they just use that kind of stereotype to throw at you because, oh, you're a pretty boy and you make $11 million a year and you're at SC. Oh, you think you're better than us.
And you have a $16 million house that USC paid for.
Oh, and you crapped all over Oklahoma and took their quarterback who won a Heisman Trophy.
And their wide receiver.
and it'd be
Don't forget Mario Williams is there too.
It'd be easy to say that. But I also will give Lincoln some credit in that statement in the sense of, look, you are going to Autzen. This is not going to be an easy game.
No.
This is not going to be an easy game. There's more likely than not you are going to lose this game. And I think it would be, if he is playing the slow burn, let's say he's the modernized Lane learning how to act. Let's say, you mentioned that. Let's say he's got a little Lane in him. And he starts.
The spread has gone up to 10.5.
Well, because money's coming in on Oregon.
Interesting.
And I think a lot of that is that people don't like Lincoln Riley.
Mhm.
Also, I don't think people are watching Mayava.
No,
I think there's a problem with that, or Mackay, or any of the offensive studs. But where was I going with this? I think Lincoln is also playing it safe of playing a game where he knows he can win, but maybe most likely knows he won't win.
There's some house money there, for sure.
So there's no reason if he starts rah-rahing coming into this game and pumping the chest and the brand and we are SC, it's gonna affect him negatively, whether that's fair or not, in his perception.
For sure.
So I think playing it smart like this is probably the right way to go. But
go chip on your shoulder. I like the approach.
But like I said with the college football playoff, dude, he is in borderline an impossible situation because people have made up their minds. Dude, maybe myself included, have made up their minds on Lincoln Riley, and very few of it is positive.
How much?
Like, it surprises me how much you like Lincoln Riley.
Well, the things that I don't like about him, I don't like about him.
I know, but even the amount that you do, and I'm not saying you're wrong, because Lincoln's got a good, how do I say this best? He always shows signs of being great. He's got Heisman Trophy winners.
That's the thing, is like,
I've seen this, especially with quarterbacks. Him and Lane are quarterback guys.
To me, those are the two best quarterback guys in the country.
But people have made up their mind on, including myself, and so I'm a little surprised you like him as much as you do. And because you don't do it in a homer way. You actually genuinely like him.
No, I do. And I do this with really anybody in sports. More often than not, I am going to, if you've got something that you were elite at, but you fall short somewhere else, I'm always going to go, but they're elite at this. Like, if you've got an elite talent, if you've got an elite skill that nobody else has, you can argue with me till you're blue in the face. You will not convince me that there are 2-3 coaches better than Lincoln Riley when it comes to quarterback development in this country. There's just not. And when you've got...
I keep trying to think. I mean, even Harbaugh really wasn't that great, if I'm being honest.
I mean, he's very good.
He's very good, but all the quarterbacks he had there...
Lane's the only other guy that I think you can put in that same category. Knowing what he can do and recruiting the guy that can do it.
And he did it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, as the OC at Alabama, he helped rip that thing wide open.
If Cliff was still in college football, I'd say Cliff.
There you go,
That's
Cliff.
it.
Cliff is another
that's
good
the guy. And Lincoln and Cliff were the guys.
Yep.
And now it's Lane and Lincoln. So apparently you just have to have a weird name. You can't be Bob.
I mean, Lincoln is the name of, like, one of the greatest presidents in American history. So,
but it's not a real common name.
No. I don't know any Lanes.
No.
I know a girl named Lane. I grew up with a Lane.
I know Jacoby Lane.
That's a last name.
Yeah.
Has he got a last name, first name?
Jacoby Lane?
No. Lane Kiffin.
Kiffin's not a first name. Yeah, well.
Is Lane a last name?
Kind of. I know.
Yeah, he's got 2 last names.
You know, I did grow up. I did grow up with a Lane in high school. Now that I think about it, he's a year older than me.
On the text line, 503-864-6326. I've said it so many times, it's repetitive that I don't even know. I just say it. On the text line, 503-864-6326. Lincoln has a little crystal ball in him to me, too, and I think that's kind of what I'm saying.
He gets too cute with stuff.
He gets a little too cute, and we've already decided. Is there anybody out there that doesn't know how they feel about Mario Cristobal?
Yeah.
I know we are in a little bit of a bubble up here because I don't think any Duck fan enjoys Mario Cristobal, and I don't blame them for it. But even Miami fans have made up their mind.
For sure.
And it might be you, that it's like, there's a lot of Mario that I like, but boy, what I don't like really pisses me off.
The perfect example is against Notre Dame. The flea flicker pass.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell are we doing here? It's pouring rain. Why
Knock it off.
Why are you taking the ball out of the Heisman Trophy caliber quarterback? Like, what are you doing? There was no reason for that play. In that play, the kickoff return that Notre Dame had for the touchdown and that fumble, those 2 plays flipped the game.
You can catch Oregon USC right here on the Fan Sports Network. We are home of the Ducks. Pregame will start with Anthony Newman and Andy Dirt Johnson and Dusty Hare at 10 a.m. They'll turn it over to Jerry and Jorgie as they lead up to the game. Kick at 12:30. You can hear it right here. Post-game afterwards, Joe Fisher and Jordan Schultz right here, home of the Ducks. A lot to get to this week about USC Oregon. We'll continue to touch base on it every single day. Tomorrow we'll have Tyson Aldron, as we always do at 10:30. We'll recap the Minnesota game a little bit. I don't know how much there is. This is just such a big game, so we'll chat with him as well. But when we come back, it's the big nooner. Blazers are back home after a little bit of a rough road stretch. What to expect again without the starting point guard, plus free consultation. Get your questions in at 12:15. That's Danny Marang. I'm Patrick Harris. This is 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the Cowboys picked up a win down in Las Vegas on Monday Night Football as Dak Prescott threw for 4 touchdowns on 268 yards through the air. The final in that one was 33-16 as Dallas ran away with it from start to finish. Some more NFL news for you as Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase has been suspended for 1 game after spitting on Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. Chase is appealing the suspension, but if he is upheld, he could miss Week 12 against the New England Patriots. Virginia Tech has finalized the deal to make James Franklin the new head coach. 5 weeks after his exit from Penn State, Franklin has found himself a new home, making this the first major hiring of the coaching carousel. Over to the association as your Blazers host Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns tonight at the Moda. Tip off at 8 p.m. as the Suns will be without Grayson Allen and Jalen Green, both with leg injuries. And four-year Blazers Scoot Henderson has been ruled out, and Drew Holiday is doubtful with a calf injury. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now Window Nation brings you on-demand videos. Watch Window Nation's Window into the Fan.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go here on the firm of Harris and Meringue. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. into your ears on Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Network. You can also hear us on 1080 a.m. radio if you love living in the a.m. life. Also on the YouTube, youtube.com/1051 The Fan, and the Odyssey app. Coming up after this show, we'll send it over to Ducks Insider. I'm sure there's a lot to get to. College basketball's underway, so you can check that out. Sabrina was at the game last night in disguise.
Oh, I wonder why she's in town.
Oh, is that it? They gonna pick her again? They can't pick her again.
They can.
No. Marcus is on a bye. Give me Mariota. They can't pick Sabrina. Now,
Okay.
for the record, I love Sabrina. I
Yeah.
think she's fantastic. I love her brand. I love the way she
I wear
plays
her
basketball.
shoes.
Yeah, I think she's awesome. But guys, come on. Come on.
So, yeah.
Maybe she'll do something with Pat McAfee.
If she's not the picker, she's going to be at the desk.
Yeah, she'll do something.
I'm
So-
wearing my Sabrina jersey just in case.
Just in case. Don't want to be left out in case I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't want to be wrong.
After Ducks Insider, you can catch the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3, and then it's prime time from 3 to 7 to take you all the way home, finishing up 13 hours of live, continuous, local, regional sports talk radio. We'll have free consultation coming up here in about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so. Get your questions in on the Fan text line. That's 503-864-6326. She lets you interact with us throughout the entire day. Any sort of advice you need. We got a couple coming in, so we'll get into those as well, and we'll hang out and then closing arguments and send you on your way. Danny, the Blazers are playing basketball tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And they're home.
Well,
It's going to feel good to be home.
yes and no. First home game back after a long road trip is usually like another road game.
Really? You're
Yeah,
just not used to it?
And they're playing a back-to-back, and then they're going back out on the road.
That's not fun. Scheduling gods are not helping out here.
There's a reason why I said the first 15 games of this season sucked. They do.
Yeah.
They just do. Now, they do catch a little bit of a break when Wemby comes to town. Unfortunately, Wemby picked up a calf strain, and he's definitely not going to be back by then. So.
I sympathize for all you people that had tickets to that game.
I got a guy who works at K2 who asked me about going to the game, and I'm like, dude, if you can go. He is worth the price of admission. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
If you can sell those, try to get your money back.
Yeah, it's hard to.
But they play the Phoenix Suns tonight, and somebody else on the YouTube was like, how are the Suns 8-6? Oh, to be clear, the Blazers could very easily be 8-6 as well.
Mhm.
Or 6-7. There's, you know what I mean.
I
8-5.
Look, records at this time of year are a very, be careful what you wish for. Enter at your own risk when you're trying to, decipher who's good and who's not good this early in the year. Unless you're the Oklahoma City Thunder who've only lost one game, too.
The Trailblazers.
Hey.
Hey.
Unless it's that sort of situation where you're off to such a hot start, be careful looking at records. Yeah, the Phoenix Suns might be 8-6, but they could also lose the next 6 games in a row.
So, as a point of reference, this is something I always like to point out. The Suns have been in 6 games in the clutch. They are 3-3. The Blazers are 4-5 in there. So they've been in more close games. But who have the Suns played? All those things that kind of happened in the beginning of the season.
Walking into this game, the storyline is potentially no Drew Holiday. It sounds like a no Drew Holiday, correct?
You know, every time you're dealing with lower body strains, you're
Yeah.
always, especially older guys, it's like, you're always a little leery of that. But the Suns are coming in tonight, and they're not going to have Grayson Allen or Jalen Green. Jalen Green's out for a couple of weeks. Allen's got the quad injury. He's been ruled out.
My favorite player of all time, Grayson Allen's not going to play tonight?
He's been very good for them.
Oh, has he?
He's shooting like 45% from 3 on volume.
Boy, you want to talk about punchable faces.
Oh, he
That guy's had
ranks
one.
incredibly high.
That guy's had one since his freshman year at Duke.
But Devin Booker has been phenomenal. He's finishing 81% of his shots at the rim, 35% from 3, 50% of his mid-range shots. He's playing 36 minutes a night. He's in the 73rd percentile in effective field goal percentage. He's in the 100th percentile in usage rate. Like they go as far as he goes.
Well, he's probably going to be the most undervalued, like, crappy situation player of all time.
Mm-hmm. But you've got.
I did go to a finals.
But Grayson Allen has been huge for them. He's been bombing away from 3. Royce O'Neal has been great for them, bombing away from 3. Colin Gillespie has gotten a bunch of minutes for them. He's been great for them, bombing away from 3. Dylan Brooks has been pretty damn good for them.
Speaking of punchable faces.
I mean, that is the most punchable face in basketball, then not even close. But if you just kind of look at what they've been and how they have been as a team, you're like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Devin Booker is averaging damn near 30 a game. That's what it comes down to.
I wish I had Devin Booker.
Not my Huckleberry, but
How so? You just read those stats. He's like one of the most efficient players in basketball.
You don't like bucket getters?
there's something about
This
him.
team specifically
Oh, no,
could
no.
really use a bucket getter.
There's just something about him that just never, like, don't get me wrong, he's very good. He's great. He
I
kind
just
of,
love that he wasn't the best player on Kentucky and then came to the league and
He's
was
a
like,
biracial angel.
he is, yeah, and became one of the best players in the NBA.
13th overall pick, I remember, if
Yeah.
I remember right. They have the 6th best offense, 14th best defense. And over the last couple of weeks, they've had the 4th best offense and 10th best defense. And they're kind of leaning into a Blazer-esque style and like how they're building the team. Obviously, they don't have Tumani Kamara, and they bet you they wish they could have that one back. But they've got Ryan Dunn. They've got Dylan Brooks. And as much as I don't like Dylan Brooks, it's not that he's a bad defender.
Mhm.
Like he's a very good defender. You just kind of look at their team and you just kind of go, oh, so this is kind of a Portland light. They've got Kaman Malawach, who is their kind of their project big for them. Mark Williams, who can be an incredibly athletic big for them. They're a team that's trying to play bigger. Like that's the kind of thing that they're looking at.
Mm.
And they were hoping to maybe have a little bit more offensive punch with a Jalen Green who could kind of spell Devin Booker, and the Jalen Green of it all. Talking about guys that aren't my Huckleberry, athletic as hell, talented as hell, but I mean that's one of the most erratic players I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, I think it's no common knowledge that most of the NBA finds that to be the same thing with Jalen Green.
Yes.
There's a reason, like, if you're Houston and you're trying to compete for a title, you're gonna trade one of your quote unquote best players. Yeah, because we don't like him.
Yeah. So
And we're gonna send him to purgatory.
So these are the guys that have the most minutes played for the Suns this year. Booker's number 1, Grayson's number 2, Royce O'Neal number 3, Ryan Dunn 4, Colin Gillespie 5, Mark Williams 5th. After that, it's Dylan Brooks and Oso Ighodaro. And the reason why Brooks' number is lower is because he's missed some games. But outside of that, like, think about that. Who's the guy there? It's obviously Devin Booker.
Right.
If you take away everybody else, there's no other additional creators. There's no other guys that kind of make things go. Jordan Goodwin is decent, but it's guys like Ighodaro, guys like Dylan Brooks, guys like Colin Gillespie, guys like Royce O'Neal, Ryan Dunn that are like, they're hard-nosed defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And with the exception of Gillespie, those are all guys that have good size. Dylan Brooks is 6'8", like 235, 240. He's a big dude. Royce O'Neal is, 6'6", like 235, 240. Like, they have a lot of dudes that, like, very similar to the Blazers, where it's a bunch of size. They just don't have nearly the offensive power across the team, but they have one guy that is better than everybody.
I pulled up the 2015 NBA draft for funsies here. Devin Booker was the 4th Kentucky player taken
He was 13th, right?
in that draft. Yes, he was
Okay.
13th. The 4th Kentucky player taken in that draft. And
What year was that draft?
2015.
Okay.
3 freshmen, including him,
Is that Julius's year?
and a junior. Number 1 is Karl Anthony Towns.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, the big man could shoot, and they loved him. Number 2 was D'Angelo Russell. There's a lot of names in here. I don't know how great this draft is, but there's a lot of names in here.
D'Angelo Russell is the least Kentucky player that's ever Kentuckied.
Oh, sorry. I just meant he was
Oh,
number 2 from Ohio State.
No, no, no.
D'Angelo
I
was
like,
at
I'm like,
Ohio
wait,
State.
no, yeah, as I say, Kentucky?
So these are just the dudes that went in that draft. And I'll get to the Kentucky guys as well. Jaleel Okafor out of Duke.
Yeah. Oof.
Number 4, Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah. Who got booed?
I don't know who this dude is. Number 6, Willie Cauley-Stein.
Who was
There's
5?
your junior at Kentucky. Mario Hezonja.
Yeah, he was a Trailblazer.
Croatian?
Mario Hazonia.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't remember him. Not gonna work here anymore. Number 7 is Emmanuel Mudiay. Number 8 is Stanley Johnson out of Arizona, who I really loved out of Arizona.
Couldn't shoot to save his life.
Yeah, I know. Frank Kaminsky at 9, the big kid from Wisconsin. Justice Winslow at 10,
Who
another
would have
Dookie.
Who would have been really good if not his body betraying him?
And he probably should have stayed at Duke another year or so. Miles Turner.
Yeah.
Then your second freshman and third Kentucky guy is Trey Lyles, and then Devin Booker.
Trey
Devin
Lyles
Booker's
won.
had a better career than all them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Porzingis has a ring, but I don't know if that really counts. After that's Cameron Payne, Kelly Oubre, Terry Rozier, Bobby Portis.
Pretty good draft.
Larry Nance Jr.
That's a pretty good draft.
Yeah, Kayvon Looney. Excuse
There
me.
you go.
Kavon. When did that happen?
When he was born.
But, like, I feel like we've been calling him Kayvon Looney his entire career.
No, he's always been. Come on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pat Connaughton is your big second-round guy.
Yeah.
That's my goat.
Norman Powell.
Planet Pat.
Norman Powell as well. And undrafted. Nope, we're out. It's going to be tough tonight, I think. We'll see how defense efficiency looks. And, hey, Denny, don't shoot that ball.
Yeah.
Drive.
And Denny knows.
And Denny knows.
He
Denny
knows.
knows.
He's not a dummy.
He is not a dummy.
So, no, I'm interested to see how they play at home. Tiago's been a proponent of them playing better at home because they are going to be energized by the crowd and the things that come along with that. So, it'll give him a little bit of juice.
Any Young sighting tonight?
They did recall him, so maybe
Because is this just for practice time?
Well, here's the thing: it's a back-to-back. What is Robert Williams not supposed to play on?
Back-to-backs.
So
Maybe Young plays tonight.
maybe they play Young tonight, so Rob can play tomorrow,
Yeah.
or you play him tonight so he doesn't play tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, it's Game on Peacock. It's one of our, what do we got? 3 of these, if you're a Blazer fan?
Yeah, 3.
3 on Peacock. Be cool if, I don't know. Who's on the call tonight?
No idea. I'm in the building. If you're asking me,
care.
if you're asking me at a home game, it's Kevin Calabro, and if it's not Kevin Calabro, Lamar Hurd, I don't know because I don't hear it.
Because I don't know. All right, so that'll be a fun one. We'll kind of resurface on this tomorrow and check in and see and look ahead against in this back-to-back we got for the Blazers. All right.
They win the game, they get back to 500. Everybody's like, everything's fine.
All right, free consultation is next. This is one of the last calls for you to get any advice you need in 503-864-6326. We'll mess around for a little bit right here on the Fan 105.1 FM. right, this free consultation, we do it every single Tuesday at 12:15, helping you out in the plights of your own life. Whether it is sports, your love life, your parenting skills, your friendship, whatever it might be. Do you need a new job? Do you need a new car?
No.
No. We were just talking about Blazers, so I will get to this one. You can get any advice you might need, 503-864-6326. This is a Blazer question since we were just chatting about them. I find this wording really hilarious. How do I let down my friend when he says that Scoot would make this team a 50-win team? Just excommunicate him or get him mental help?
Yes. This is not a shot at Scoot
No,
Henderson.
no, not at all.
What
not
have
at
you
all.
seen from Scoot Henderson that turns this into a 50-win team?
Dude, the Blazers would have to go like 44-20.
That's just
Well, I mean, a living, breathing guard would be very beneficial right now.
that would help
That
them.
would be
That'll
very
get them to
beneficial.
probably like 38 wins.
I will give you that. That would be very, very helpful.
But yeah, no, absolutely not. No.
God, no.
Yeah, like I believe you get punched in the face for saying something like that, man. No, there's nothing. Scoot has not showed that he has the capacity or the ability to elevate a team to that point. That's bonkers.
It does lead me to the fun conversation though, because our kids are Scoot, Shea, and Donovan right now.
I mean, Danny's not exactly old.
Well, I don't mean that, but I mean in terms of like our draft picks. They will always be lumped together, and more so Shaden and Scoot.
Sure.
And Donovan might be on his kind of own thing. I don't know which one of those I lean more towards, That's the advice maybe I need. Like, I tend to like Shaden a lot because I like his athleticism. And anytime a dude can get up like Vince Carter, like, I'm going to be down for.
Here's the thing. If you're asking me which player I am more confident in being a contributing player over the course of their career, it's Scoot Henderson.
And why?
Because I trust the shooting. With Shaden, I do not trust the shooting at all. I trust, even though they both kind of struggle with feel and IQ stuff because they are so young and from where they came from, Shaden directly out of high school basketball, Scoot out of the G League Ignite, which neither of those are exactly incubators for helping build that. Scoot with a ball in his hand, I trust disgustingly more than Shaden.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but we're a little apples oranges there. I mean, Scoot is meant to hold the ball.
If Shaden is going to be the guy people want him to be, he needs to have the ball.
Fair.
What does Shaden do without the ball?
Not much.
Okay. Scoot's going to keep that thing moving. And I think Scoot has the potential to be a better defender than Shaden too.
Scoot going to wear goggles when he comes back still?
No, he hasn't done that in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked the goggles, Scoot.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into that.
I mean,
I like when you have things on you that make you look different.
It's a look.
Like Rajon with the headband, dude.
Yeah.
Rajon Rondo had the headband, and I loved it.
No, I mean, it's a look for sure. And
Horace, Kareem, and Scoot Henderson,
There
the
you go.
three greatest to do it.
You're going to leave Kurt Rambis out like that?
Oh, savage. He's the number one.
I mean, he's...
Can I just pretend that I didn't say that?
Yeah.
And it's like the hockey conversation.
Yes, like
Kurt
we-
Rambis is Gretzky,
We
and
don't...
then we have it.
because Kurt wore the square ones that like had the little side piece in it. Like those things were...
I told you I tried to get my
Yeah.
buddy to get some glasses that looked like... He's a Laker fan. That tried to get him to get glasses that
The
look
Rambis.
like Rambis.
Those
Rec
things.
specs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those like rec specs are might as well be like, what are the super nice sunglasses? God, I'm totally blanking on them. Anyways, they might as well be those compared
Ray-Bans.
to... Well, I mean, Ray-Bans are fine.
I wear Ray-Bans.
I know. That's why I said they're fine.
That's a shot.
I moved off the Oakleys.
Can I, if I don't get them in, obviously I won't get them in purple and what are they purple and yellow or are they purple and gold?
Purple
Okay.
gold.
Obviously I would not get purple and gold because, well, I hate the color purple.
Yeah.
Great movie. Hate the color.
You hate Prince.
I do not hate Prince.
Prince
No,
hater.
I do not hate Prince.
You heard it
But
here first.
I need to get new glasses. Should I get Kurt Rambis style glasses? My wife would hate that. Absolutely hate that.
I mean,
Could you get Kurt Rambis inspired glasses not in Laker colors?
sure.
Would they still come across as Kurt Rambis?
Sure. Those are one of a kind, man. There's
Yeah.
no reason why you couldn't.
503-864-6326 is the fan text line. You got any questions? You can send them in as we get to them here on free consultation. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a wrestling question.
Okay.
Free consultation. Is it okay to shed a few tears on December 13th when John Cena has his last match and retires. I'm too old for him to be my guy, but that dude has left everything he had out there.
I used to get kind of like, why are you doing that? And then it happened to me as I got older with a few guys, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that person had that kind of impact on my life. That's weird. No, I'm not going to get mad at you. The guy's been doing it for 20 years,
Look,
man.
Chipper Jones beat my Indians in 95 as a rookie. Derek Jeter went on to win a bunch of World Series while my team was in the gas, all right? Shut up. Quiet over there.
Yankee Clipper.
But when Chipper Jones and Derek Jeter left baseball, I was kind of a little Travolta-y, like,
Yeah.
where do I go?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never hated Chipper, but he pissed me off because my team lost in '95. And obviously, if you weren't a Yankee fan, you hated Jeter. But it was one of those moments like when those guys don't play baseball anymore. It's like, well, what do I do?
Like when
All I know is these guys playing baseball.
when LeBron and Steph hanging up,
LeBron is a huge
I'm
one.
going to feel a certain way.
Yeah, LeBron's a huge one because him and I graduated high school the same year. I'm 6 months younger than him.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh man, what have you done with your life? That guy's worth $1 billion.
Yeah, not too shabby. Like a local one. When Dame hangs it up, I'm
Yeah.
going to feel a certain kind of way about
Yeah.
that. There's no doubt about it.
And Cena's an interesting one, especially in the wrestling world, when so many guys that got to Cena's fame kind of left and did their own thing. The Rock,
Yeah.
Batista,
Cena's-
Randy Orton
Cena's
stuck
approval
around.
rating is also through the roof. He holds the record for most visits to Make-A-Wish, something like 900 or something like that.
He also has a #1 show on HBO Max.
Yeah,
Is that show #1?
It was.
yeah.
when
Dude,
it was-
have you not watched Peacemaker?
No, is it good?
Oh, dude,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
worth every second
All
of it.
in.
It's awesome.
I always need shows that I can watch without my wife because she'll be like, that's a boy show.
Oh, it's 100%.
It's a dude show.
It's a dude show, but it's so good.
And most of those guys, when they get that big, they don't come around anymore. Like The Rock has done some stuff, but I think at this point, a lot of us are a little fatigued out on old Dwayne Johnson.
Have you seen Punching Machine?
No.
The Oscar.
Is
bait.
Cena a good actor?
I
I'd
think
say
so.
yes.
Yeah?
I'd say he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen like trailers with him, and he looks like he's got like funny, almost slapsticky.
He's funny as hell.
You would really like
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's badass just action, and then the entire time.
Did you see the
it's
second
good
Suicide
comedy
Squad?
slapstick.
I didn't see the first one.
Okay, you don't need to see the first one. If you see the second one, Cena has a
Is Peacemaker?
that's where that comes from. And like if you haven't seen him in anything, like he's really good in that.
As far as wrestlers as superheroes, man, Dave Bautista's Drax is pretty damn good.
I mean,
That guy is hilarious.
Bautista's hilarious.
I'm a Marvel guy over DC,
Mhm.
and I really say Peacemaker might take the cake.
Heard
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Heard that?
It's a banger.
We'll double seggy this free consultation as I got another one to get to. So we'll make this last call for you out there in the land, 503-864-6326. Excuse me. Burped.
It happens. I heard. I
this
just
is-
chose not to acknowledge it.
This is your last chance to get those in, so we'll do one more round of free consultation as we always do on a Tuesday. But first, there's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Cowboys picked up a win down in Las Vegas on Monday Night Football. Dak Prescott with 4 touchdowns on 268 yards through the air. The final in that one was 33-16 as Dallas ran away with it from start to finish. Some more NFL news for you as Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase has been suspended for 1 game after spitting on Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. Chase is appealing the suspension, but if it is upheld, he could miss Week 12 against the New England Patriots. Virginia Tech has finalized a deal to make James Franklin their new head coach. 5 weeks after his exit from Penn State, Franklin has found himself a new home, and this marks the first major hiring of the coaching carousel. Over to the association as your Blazers host Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns tonight at the Moda. Tip-off at 8 p.m. as the Suns will be without Grayson Allen and Jalen Green. And for your Blazers, Scoot Henderson has been ruled out, and Drew Holiday is doubtful with a calf injury. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning, 6 to 10 a.m.
Might as well go win the whole thing.
Well, we got about 30 minutes left to go on this fine program on a Tuesday. Happy to have you in. This is a free consultation, as we do it every single Tuesday at 12:15. I did look up some Kurt Rambis-inspired spectacles for me to wear. I would rock these. I think I would rock these.
Yeah.
These Mitchell and Ness Rambis frames, I think they could look really good. The problem is they're $385.
Yeah, that's a little steep.
What about this one? This is a brandy tortoise, so it's got that kind of like
Oh,
80s
yeah.
vibe to it.
Oh yeah, no, I love the
Do I
tortoise.
rock the brown?
The sunglasses I got, the Costas that I ended
Mm-hmm.
up getting switching out of the Oakleys, it was between a black frame and the tortoise shell.
I looked up some Sally Jesse Raphaelas that was inspired to me on the YouTube chat. That ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna work.
I mean, it fit the political takes.
Oh, are we on the same level? Are me and Sally Jesse on the same level? Yeah, are we?
If you
I don't remember watching
Well,
her
no, I was
show.
saying if you threw those on, you would certainly look like somebody who I
Oh.
would associate.
Oh, now I understand. Now I understand where you're
Yeah.
going. I was like, I'm confused here. I don't think I watched Sally Jesse as a kid. I think I'm more of like a Ricky Lake, Jerry Springer kind of guy than Sally Jesse.
Jerry.
Boy, what a time! What a time that
The
was.
smile on his face when somebody slaps somebody
Holy
else. Whoa,
God.
Stop, guys. Stop.
No, please,
Please
don't.
Oh, no, don't throw that chair. It was always funny because security was always 3 steps too late every single time.
Oh man.
You
No.
were robbed of that, Casey.
I gotta watch a little bit of it.
Watch
Yeah,
a little bit
real
of it.
time was pretty wild.
Oh,
Real
man.
time was pretty wild. Let's see here.
That seems like a 10 toes down segment. What was prime? What was better prime TV? Jerry Springer in the prime or Maury Povich? You are not the father.
Maury Pope.
I don't know. Maury Povich didn't have as many fights.
No, but the what came out of the "You Are Not the Father" had some absolutely diabolical reactions.
But also nobody's chanting Maury.
Yeah, it's true.
Maury. Yeah. Steve.
God, that's just
What a time to be
the-
alive.
basement of humanity.
The Too Hot for TV Springer VHS releases were a coming of age moment for
Oh
me.
God.
A lot of up tops. A
Yeah.
lot of up tops in those videos.
For whatever reason, a lot of people who shouldn't, and look, I'm about body shaming, but a lot of tube tops were on that show that should not have been there.
Probably could have been a pass on.
Yeah.
Probably could have been a pass on. Free consultation. We do it every single Tuesday at 12:15. The last little chance, I got a couple here. We'll see if you can squeeze you in. 503-864-6326. Christmas gift ideas for a spouse or partner who, quote, doesn't want or need anything. Gift certificate for a store or an IOU promise of treating her to a nice dinner at a restaurant. Amigo, I'm going to start you right here. You cannot, in any way, shape, or form, somebody that you are intimate with, buy them a gift certificate as a present. In any way, shape, or form.
Wait, you don't like Sizzler?
I've been asked for them before.
That's fine. Being asked specifically, like my wife wants for Halloween, for Christmas, she wants a spa day with our girls.
Okay.
So I haven't quite figured out. That might be I'll just put it on the books and pay for it. But it might be a gift certificate.
Yeah.
But that's like an experience.
Sure.
More so than just like, here's $100 at Target, babe. Go wild.
Yeah, well, it depends on what the gift card is for.
One thing I will also say that you could work in the other side of this, of treating her to a nice dinner at a restaurant. My father-in-law does this for me and my wife every year. Him and his wife will, they will get a menu from a restaurant they love and they know we've never been to, and will give us a gift certificate. And then it kind of wraps up in like, they'll print out where the restaurant is and like, this is where we like to sit, and you should go try this out on a date night. And we love that.
Yeah,
we love it
I've
when
gotten
they
those
do
as
that.
presents.
Yeah. So I think you could do that, but I would do it more like,
It can't just be like you said, a Target gift card. Look,
here, babe, Applebee's, whatever you want. Afterwards, do a little white man overbite.
I've done the Home Depot one. You know, get something for the house kind of a deal.
Dude, if my wife gave me a gift certificate to Home Depot, I would be livid.
Well, it's because you don't do anything around the house.
That's not true. I did a ton of stuff in the yard yesterday. Outside of that, no, I don't.
Yeah, see, but like that part of it matters. You know, those kind of things have popped up in the past. It like you said, it can't be the Target one.
No.
Can't be Target. Can't be Panda. Can't be Chipotle. It
No,
can't
but
be
what,
anything like that.
But what you could do, which could be nice since it's the holidays, and I
That's
don't
the
know.
stocking stuff.
I don't know if this person has kids or not, but what if you just, instead of it being presented that way, if you just say, you leave it to the last present, you're like, by the way, babe, on Tuesday, you and me, Sizzler.
Yeah,
Already booked it.
Yeah, if you want to do like
All you can eat.
hey, by the way, here's a gift card. It's going to cover this for our dinner or whatever. But Fogo de Chow's opening up in Bridgeport. Let's go down there and go check that out.
Go to Montelupo.
Yeah.
It's a great little Italian cafe on right off Gleason and
There you go.
22nd. Caddy corner from Stomptish. Really cool area over there. That's where I proposed to my wife. Wonderful spot.
There you go.
Free pub for Montelupo. Take him to a nice place like that.
But that requires a little more thought than just the Target.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Always put the thought into it. That'll save you.
And I think people are worried, as Zach said on the YouTube, like, don't give me a gift card. Just give me money in a note. Hey, I didn't know what to get you. Here's $100.
You know, I am a firm believer, and I have been this way since I was like 14 years old. If you don't know what to get me, cash.
Always.
100%. I am.
Always.
If you give me cash, you know what I'm going to say to you? Thank you.
10 years ago, my mom was
Thank
like,
you.
My mom goes, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, rent. That'd be great. Rent would be sick. Rent's $1,300.
Yeah.
That go a long way, Mom.
Yeah.
That'd go a long way.
Stuff like that kind of thing. I'm 100%. Like my parents for years, like, hell, this year, my parents like, your birthday's coming up. Is there anything you want? And I was just like, she's like, what about, what if we get you some greens fees somewhere? I'm like, to be honest, where I play, number one, it's either not that expensive or they let me play. So I'm like, that's not really like cash. And I was like, cash rules. I'm 100%. I am a fan of that. And little card and some cash. I am never going to be mad about somebody. Like some people get worked up about that. If you give me cash, I am 100% like, dude, thank you. Dope. Appreciate you.
Yeah, big time.
I have a GameStop gift card that I've had in my wallet since 2019.
Hell yeah.
It has the same amount that it started with.
Mm.
I'm still waiting on a time to go to GameStop.
Yeah.
That's what gift cards do.
Yeah.
I know one in East Vancouver. Deep East Vancouver.
That's a stretch.
That's
I think
a
there's
big
one
stretch.
in Wilsonville still.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. I have, speaking of like holding on to them, I have like a Christmas tin that had like some kind of candy in it that I emptied out. It has got, and I'm not kidding, probably 40 unused gift cards in it. And I'll check it every couple of months. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I do need to go there. Like I found one for Kennard the other day and I was like, oh, dope. I haven't been to Kennard in forever. I'm going to go get some Steenburgers. Like, stuff like that is like, it's just sitting there. I had a Home Depot one. Somebody got me a Wayfair one when we moved into the house. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, I think there is. Funny enough, I think there is a Target one in there.
Also, please, this is on the text line. Also, please tell this dude, don't ever fall for, quote, don't give me anything or I don't need anything.
Nope.
You got to get her something.
Something.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Oldest trick in the book.
Oldest trick in
If
the
you
book.
don't know, make something.
I know. I think I know. Fortunately, my wife has given me instructions over the year, and I write them down.
Tell me what you want.
New oven mitts that match the color scheme in the kitchen.
There you go.
Yeah, a blow dryer.
I like to take the
French
ideas,
face cream.
I like to take the ideas that my girlfriend will get for like her friends. She'll do like, baskets filled with candles, different accoutrements
Yeah.
and all that. Do that.
Yeah.
Side note, top 5 favorite word, accoutrement.
A little accoutrement. Right up there with
Love that word.
charcuterie.
I love that word so much. I like it more than charcuterie. Accoutrement.
I've got a Bass Pro Shops gift card that's been sitting in my wallet since like 2014. Hey, no, that's a Cabela's. Oh, it's the same company though. I wonder if they take the Bass Pro Shops.
Maybe. I don't know.
So
Are there
I
no
bet
Bass
they
Pro
have
Shops
Bass
anymore?
Pro
Guys,
Shop
I'm
here.
gonna tell you something that might shock you here.
Never been in a Bass Pro Shop?
Never been in a Bass Pro Shop. Never been in a Cabela's.
Oh,
have
buddy,
no need to,
you're
no
missing out on the
reason to.
Cabela's. The Cabela's is an experience. They have like the whole wildlife wall and the fish.
Yeah,
Like,
the fish tank's cool.
fish
Ooh,
tank's
hey,
super dope.
Hey, dude, if I think Bernie Sanders is a little conservative,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm walking into a Cabela's. Just throwing that out
Not only
there.
that, the one at Tualatin's got the gun locker.
No, I'm
and
good.
And they've got some cool stuff in there.
I'm good.
Like a Civil War musket. I was like, well, kind of cool to shoot something with a musket.
Last free consultation we'll get to will bring us full circle here as we open the show talking about buying nice toilet paper. Should I invest in a bidet?
I am pro bidet. I am pro bidet. Especially if you look, if you're gonna do it, do it. Get the one with the heated seat and all the options and all those kind of things. I think you can get one at not to give them too much more pub. I think Depot's got a nice one that's like $650, which again it's pricey, but it's not that much more than like a good flush toilet. Like I think I've mentioned this before. When we moved into the house that I'm in right now, the house was built in 52 or 54. It's an older house. And if you've got an older house, you have the toilet that is like the size of my bro jug. It's very tiny. I am not a small man. I know I could lose every ounce of fat on me, and I'm still not a small man. So before we ever moved in, I went and got this giant big bowl Cadillac toilet. You can flush a whole cat down. Like,
What?
look, man.
Who thinks about flushing cats down?
I'm just
It
saying,
sounds like
you
he's
could.
done it from experience.
It is true. I have seen toilets that are like, you can flush 8 pool balls down
Yeah,
here. It's
yeah.
like, why would I need that?
Just in case.
And who's testing? Why is it pool balls?
I want that job. Just what's the old?
Can I get 9 in here? Can I
yeah.
get 9? Ooh, back that up.
What's your record for pool balls? But no, there's the. Was it the? Oh God, it was Animaniacs. Diaper go down the hole.
Yes,
like,
it is.
Yeah, like
It's a
that.
nice
like
bowl.
that's the toilet that I want. I want a like 3 horribly filled diapers can be flushed down and you don't even blink them at all.
Well, you shouldn't flush diapers down a
Well,
toilet.
no, you shouldn't do that.
But
But I want the capacity to be able to do that.
the bidet scares me because I'm just scared of what my reaction is going to be when water hits that spot, you know?
My parents got one. You can change the temperatures of the water.
Yeah, we
too.
don't get in the cold water because you don't want to do that. You know,
It's a nice experience.
it is, and you leave feeling you feel clean and refreshed.
Oh, God.
Tell
I
me
don't-
tell
I
me
like
I'm
the
wrong.
idea of owning one. I like the idea of going to test one out. You know, I go to my parents' house.
Well, not only that, it's your age. You'd have somebody come over and they'd be like, "How do I use this?
Yeah,
How do I use
there's
this?"
just too much explanation.
It would just. Did I break you with that one?
No, I'm reading comments on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is. You know, it's a is it cake situation, but will it flush?
That is free consultation. We do it every single day, 12:15. I got to get out of here. When we come back, we'll call it a day with closing arguments, wrap up with some of your thoughts, and plus the college football playoff is announced tonight. Any new upsets? We'll get to that next. 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Watch out here, Genty, Ezaraku, it's a safety.
Ruling on the field is a safety.
That is Joe Buck on ESPN calling the safety of Ashton Genty and the Raiders as things just kept getting worse and worse and worse despite being at home. Cowboys made easy work of the Raiders last night as they defeat them big. Raiders in a lot of problems.
Well, is it a problem as much as they're just not good?
Just need time.
There you go.
This Easy Play brought to you by HomeZ. Use HomeZ's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call HomeZ. That's HOMZE. HomeZ.com. All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll send you on your merry way. Coming up on tomorrow's show, we'll have Tyson Alger on at 10:30, as we always do, to get more into Oregon USC.
Let me tell you, locked in for that one.
Locked in? Yeah,
Locked
you
in
ready
for
to
this
go?
one.
You already know where you're going with everything?
Got to put Tyson in the corner a little bit.
We got a good Web Gem story tomorrow, as we'll keep you updated on bowl game situations. And I want to talk a little QB stuff in the NFL a little more. We touched on it a little bit today. But we were kind of talking on the upper echelon. I'd like to kind of get to the medium echelon. Plus, a team in first place in their division is kind of wild. Before we get into anything, I want to kind of finish up some stuff.
Yeah, speaking of bowls.
Some stuff that people have texted in. First of all, I love when Casey said he has a gift certificate to GameStop and he's never been to a GameStop. And somebody goes, "Have you tried the internet?"
Fair.
I do.
You do have to type it in, though.
Yeah, but the game that I want is so expensive.
What are we talking?
Oh, I'm trying to get the old Mario baseball, the one that you
Oh,
play
yeah.
on the GameCube. That's like $50 now.
Oh, come on.
I got like a $40 gift card.
You can throw a 10 spot down on it.
Yeah, I could.
Come on
but
now.
It's also gonna have to ship from like Arkansas.
Yeah, but it's worth it. What else are you going to use it for? Come on now.
Exactly.
On tonight's programming, Is It Cake, followed by Will It Flush? That got me really going. Somebody needs more fiber if it's coming out pool ball size. That got me going.
Well, you're just making sure.
Let's see here. My favorite standard of measure is the full range bucket of golf balls. Danny's toilet is for us Irish and our potato and cabbage based diets. And the one that really broke me is
Yeah.
Harris is scared he might like it too much in talking about a bidet. That really got me going.
That's when you flip that.
Terrified.
When you find out you like the cold water a little too much, you just flip it over to the warm water.
I'm not into that, dude.
You know, well,
not
you know,
into that.
You said you
No
know,
kink shame, but I'm
look,
not into it.
Well, no. You just don't know. You just don't know.
I think I'm good.
You don't even want to find out?
I think I'd rather shoot a gun.
Wow. You might.
I think I'd rather shoot a gun. I think I would rather shoot a gun.
We just got to get you over to Sook's house. Sook's got the old bidet.
I don't want to go over to somebody's house to use their bidet.
Casey just said, you had to test drive it.
It's my parents. That's a
Come
different
on.
story.
Way different story.
come
My
on.
childhood home.
Yeah.
What do you-
way different
What
story.
do you do if you go over to somebody's house and you've never used a bidet?
You don't use it.
Do you just clench up?
I assume people that have bidets also still carry toilet paper.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, I'm talking. There's some people that they go full bidet. They make you buy into the culture.
But if you use a bidet, you're still wet, right?
Well, no, you get the one that has a little blow dryer on it.
Yeah,
What?
but you still
Oh.
got to do some.
Oh, that's what I'm
you
saying.
still
A
gotta
blow
do some-
dryer?
Oh yeah, brother. Do you not know? You've not heard the word.
I've not heard the word.
Oh, dude, there are bidets that are like the Cadillacs of bidets. Heated seats,
They're just-
heated water,
they're
blow
just-
dryers.
They're
It's like
just
a whisper to your beehole.
there's just conceptual.
We're coming full circle to the Nerf ball down the hallway.
There is just conceptual ideas about this that are terrifying to me that I don't really like.
just whistling Dixie.
God, I hate this show. Amen, brother. Amen to you. I miss that guy. What happened to that guy? No babies. Yep. Keep it going. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going.
Oh God.
Watch me try to finagle out of this one.
Nope. You are squirming in that seat so hard right now.
College football playoff rankings are tonight. Does anybody think there'll be any big upsets? Will Oregon still be playing Notre Dame? I think the answer is yes.
Oh God.
Where will Oklahoma be in this? Is USC on the outside looking in? Tonight on Will It Flush.
Oh God. I broke Go lowercase over there too, so I had you squirming and he lost it over there.
It's a good thing Boss Man's not here today.
Oh, he's listening. He's always listening. Come on now.
I want to apologize and say that I'm just here.
Text in 3, 2,
Yeah, no
1.
kidding.
Danny, come on.
Well, free consultation. I think that worked today. But on a serious note, there is. I think I'm going to wear my glasses tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
We'll test drive it.
Okay.
I'll shave tonight. Should I go sans hat?
There you go. I like it.
That's a little too much at once.
You know, I do need to give myself a contactless day. Maybe I'll go glasses too.
Yeah, I think
My eyes need a break every now and then.
Can I get clear frames? My kids tell me I can't get clear frames.
No, oh God, don't do that.
What's wrong with clear frames?
No, don't.
Why? Give me a reason. Casey, give me a reason.
There's just no reason to get clear flame.
Why not? I think they look cool.
They insist upon themselves.
Like what?
You know that's from, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's a Family Guy.
No, I don't watch that show.
Yeah, no, it's a pretentious thing.
So people with clear glasses are pretentious?
Have you seen Isaac Rupp?
Whoa. Whoa. I did not say that at all.
I love him.
I'm not touching that one.
I love
did
him.
not say that at all.
I love him. I don't even know. I think his glasses are clear.
I don't know.
I think he's got some clear ones.
I like clear frames. I think they look cool. My kids say that I can't wear
He was
them.
just the first guy that I thought of immediately with who would have clear frame glasses. Clear frame glasses. Wow, why is that hard to say?
I went to a coworker's party, and it was all the talk of the party that everyone needs to try her bidet. That's the one and only time I've tried one. Wasn't bad at all. I'm definitely not into the concept of everybody at a party.
The
going
bidet
in.
party?
The bidet party? I'm not into that. Especially because, like, if you're a woman using the bidet, totally get it.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Like, I got the bros over for a coup game? Why don't everybody try my bidet? I'm way good
Knocking
on
on
that.
the door.
Way good on
I'm
that.
here for the bidet party.
Way good on that. Like Dan Lanning said, cook on someone else's grill. Destroy someone else's toilet.
Look, I've been known to blow up a toilet or two. It happens.
I'm shocked, I tell you. Shocked. I
Never
tell
had the
you.
full Dumb and Dumber experience though, where the toilet didn't flush. That's a nightmare fuel.
Closing arguments brought to you by Les Skin Law. Visit LesSkinLaw.com for more information. Les Skin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. We'll try to get back on track tomorrow, huh? What do you guys think?
Doubtful.
Doubtful.
Like Drew Holiday tonight. Doubtful.
Shaking the 8-ball. Outlook, not so good. All right, that'll do it for us. We'll send you on your merry way. Thanks for being a part of our Tuesday show. We'll catch you tomorrow morning. A lot to get to. Some leftovers. Tyson Alger at 10:30. Talking Ducks USC. For Danny Morang, that's Casey Smith on the ones and twos. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.